I can't fucking deal with this. I can't. Why is it the final chapter? God fucking damn it. I don't want it to be over. Granted, this final trial is probably going to be like a grillion years long, but whatever. I didn't want it to end this soon. It also feels very rushed, like I said. I understand. Hey, Scroy? Bye, Scroy. I understand that the popular... We still don't even know for sure. The heavy rumor said it was supposed to be a trilogy. That would make a little more sense. But, like, god damn, there wasn't a better way to condense it? Takumi, my dude. Hey, bestie. What am I gonna do when this is over? Hi, Nyatsurugi. Miss Lestrade, seems you're here now. Good to see ya. I'm in pain. Emotionally. I don't want it to end! I don't want to be done with Ace Attorney again. That's lame. It's a Professor Layton crossover, but goddamn it, it's not the same. Figured out what your favorite episode of King of the Hill is. Which one? It might not be one I know, but hey, if there's a chance, there's a chance. I could not even tell you, like, what point I stopped watching. I guess it would have been around the same point that I stopped watching American Dad and Family Guy and everything else, just because that was when I stopped watching Fox in general. Probably a little bit before Bob's Burgers started. Or like, yeah, you know, yeah, actually, that would be it. Episode 1 of Bob's Burgers would have probably been the moment where I just stopped. At least regularly. Bob's Burgers ruined my life. That can go on the record. Hey, Janene. Let's see, can I at least get some music? I'm scared to start. I'm scared to fucking start now. This dual destiny shit. Like, are we gonna get a... we might get a cutscene or something, so I guess I have to wait around a minute. Pain of DGS stuff to me your favorite is the likelihood of Ace Attorney 7. Yeah, I mean... Like I said, I don't know if that trilogy thing is true. Assuming it was and it was condensed, then yeah, like, I imagine it would take a long time for this game to get any kind of follow-up. Because Takumi seemed to pretty firmly have a story he wanted to tell planned out. Doesn't mean he can't come up with new stuff, but, I get the feeling that if he's writing something out of whole cloth, then, we'd get 7 long before we got anything else. Granted, I don't know, because he hasn't written the mainline ones in a while, right? He did not write, as far as I know, he did not write Dual Destinies or Spirit of Justice, right? So maybe not. I don't know. I just hope we get more. I love this franchise. I look forward to being able to look up fics for this as well. I've been more or less freely looking up stuff for the mainline ones. I have to be a little careful, because sometimes there's overlap. But generally speaking, I think after this point, I am 100%, I am 100% free. Hey, Pump, how's Case 4? About that. It isn't anymore. Hey, Minato. Hey, Dusk. What happened? Nothing. Case 4 just decided to fucking stop. Feeling better today, Ren? Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Hope once again we can cheer you up a little bit. It randomly upgraded? Yeah. Instead of, finishing the game. I'm doing okay, Juicy. I'm just sad. I'm just sad the game's almost over already. That fucking hit me out. It threw me for a loop last night. Ugh. Hey, MD. Hey, Jet. Yeah, no. This is still the not the Vigil case. I assume Vigil's gonna have to be a witness and probably reiterate everything he told us in court regarding Gregson. But yeah, like this is still about Gregson murder. You felt like you were dick slapped too? Okay, as long as it's not just me. Wings of a Dope. Luann sees Buckley's angel and jumps on his favorite trampoline with him throughout the episode. Oh! I remember that one too. Yeah. I don't know if that's my I don't know if that's my favorite. I'd have to watch all of them again. But I can tell you I absolutely remember that episode very distinctly. That's the one she jumps on the trampoline with him one last time at the end and fucking Born in a Modern Town plays, right? It's actually really sad. It's fucking Futurama energy. All those fucking sad episodes. Also, what's fallen not via windows? Yeah, it's fine. We're done with Vigil for now. Hopefully we're safe. Hopefully we're free to make falling puns again. I saw this meme. God. One more day. Tomorrow, counting in for the difference between US time and Asian time. Tomorrow we should know by the end of tomorrow night what the we should have some kind of update on the anniversary if there is anything else to update. I'm starting to think there probably isn't, but good God, it'd be nice. If there isn't, I'm changing my my Twitter status. My Twitter status has been Moonbeam Satellite forever and a day because Gojo. If there's no good news, I'm changing my my status to insert number of days here without Gene. Maximum copium. That's what you complete. Let's go, Buckley. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if that's my favorite. I'd be hard pressed to tell because I barely even remember King of the Hill half the time. It's just one of those shows that I kind of watched just because it was on and didn't really retain a lot of knowledge of. But I absolutely remember that episode, so I can tell that's a good choice. All right, I'm worried we're gonna get. I held off because I'm worried we're gonna get thrown into a cutscene. But let's see. Can I just get some music? Can I just get some music? That'd be nice. Something tells me this ain't the chap. This one's not the name of a Holmes story. There's gonna be a hellstorm. There is. Like I said, I don't typically watch a lot of Genshin tubers, but I actually have been like watching a couple of videos from people lately, just because of the situation and just seeing like other people's thoughts on it. Ha! That's a bot apparently. They're not all hosses. That's fucking weird. Also, new music. Oh my god. Pog! The name of the secret hidden Final Holmes novel. The one where he fell in love with a young Japanese boy. A bot who's not hoss. Yeah, apparently there are some that aren't hoss. Not gonna be trailer trash. Oh, what a good girl. But yeah, I've been watching videos from Genshin tubers just to like hear thoughts on the situation from people who actually know what they're talking about, you know, better than me, or better than people who are just, you know, comparing it to other gashas and their like much later year anniversary specifically, which is unfair. And yeah, just it seems like lots of them are just completely burnt out on the game. And that if they do not do something better for the anniversary, it could be the straw that breaks the camel's back. I don't know how much that's gonna hurt anything. A bunch of content creators leaving. It's probably gonna be a drop in the bucket, but yeah. Hopefully it's not an issue. Hopefully something cool happens. Still, I can go for the second, third, and fourth parts. I don't even know. I just say words. Fingers crossed. In the meantime, we got some good-ass, a good-ass trial, hopefully. I can only imagine how bananas this is gonna get if this is... this is actually it. We are almost certainly not finishing this in one go. I imagine this is gonna be very lengthy. Which is a shame. It's gonna make it hell to wait over the week, but... we'll make it. This game went by so fast. I hate it. I don't want it to be over. I fucking love this franchise so goddamn much. Oh. So, the time's finally come. Oh yeah, Kirby took a long while to make the transition to 3D. To be fair, I think Kirby works better as a side-scroller. I don't think 3D is necessarily something that needs to happen with games, honestly, but... whatever. It's what's popular, apparently. We still have Layton. That's not the same thing, though. Like, I'm willing to try the crossover and, like, see if it if it's cool, it's cool, and I'll play the other ones, but, like... it's not the same! It's gonna be weird AU Phoenix and Maya when they were still, like, relatively younger. Not gonna be any Trucy. Not gonna be any Apollo or Athena. It's like, nah. I want to move forward. Zero One has Falcon because... Oh, so he could fly in one scene. Okay, that makes sense. Hopefully that rumor about Seven is real. That's all I can say. Or time travel. Let's get some time travel in there so we can have a team up between Grandpa and Grandpa Von Zeeks and the modern crew. We need future leg slamming. Today, we unravel everything. I'll be counting on your support today more. I'll be counting on your support more than ever today, Miss Yusato. Tokyo Game Show is our last hope. Not necessarily. Like I said, they don't have to announce it there. Like we knew about this game getting ported for quite a while before we actually got the announcement. Like, don't give up hope just because it's not there. It could be coming out later. It might not be out till 2023. Thus, we wouldn't see a trailer until sometime next year, which is fine. They can take their time. I'll be very pained in the meantime, but if it means the game is good, the game is good. That's all I care about. Miss Yusato, she's sad. She gets it. Ah! Oh no, what's the matter, Mr. Naruhodo? Nothing. I was just saying that I'm gonna be relying on your support today, but I guess a body slam works too. I'm so sorry. Of course, I know I can be rather incompetent at times, but I shan't let you down. Would you mind helping me in my feet then? Oh dear, I'm very sorry. She's thinking about her dad. She's trying to parse the fact that her dad may or may not have knocked up some random British woman to make Iris. Oh, that, like I said, I'm convinced. I was thinking that's where they were going with this, and then Sholmes told us to look at the pretty bunny, and now I don't believe it. I don't know who that makes it instead. We're gonna need a paternity test, and I really don't know how. I don't know how that's gonna tie into the rest of the game. I feel like to track with anything going on in this fucking trial, because we're already so far away from the actual fucking murder. Like, everything in that second half of the investigation was so unrelated to everything else. Like, somehow this is gonna end up tying into the professor bullshit, and because of that, I feel like... Or, I don't know, I guess Gregson could be her dad. That'd make the simping weird, but... Fucking... Like I said. Maybe. And, why is this jumping all over the place weird? Maybe. That's all I got. He also banged Sholmes. We're really not thinking about that. My marriage is in shambles. That's the other reason I'm feeling sad. It's not just because the game's over. It's because my fucking marriage is in fucking shambles. Everything sucks. Susato-san isn't her usual self at all. But that's hardly surprising, I suppose. Just found out her father is the partner of the world-famous detective, not to mention... good morning, sir. Lord Von Zeeks, what are you doing here? Oh, right, you're the one on trial. Thank you for all your efforts yesterday. What? He made my heart go doki doki. We're taking Iris in the divorce? Yes, absolutely. we are formally divorcing Sholmes. We're taking Iris with us. And if Von Zeeks is not her daddy, he's about to be. He is about to be through adoption. Barack is firmly in the lead of the bowl at this point. Someone has to add blushes on that thumbnail. I saw that comment. Needs more blushy crushy. It'll just make me even sadder. I can't add blushy crushy. That'd be too much. Tee. I'm not gonna take his cocaine stash. I have no use for it, but I am gonna contaminate it. I'm gonna thin it out with salt. So when he snorts it, he won't be able to stop sneezing. It'll be really, really funny. Did you just make my heart go doki doki? What? Oh, no, nothing. Just, I hope we can clear things up today. I really can't make this man out. I can make out with him, though. His face says I hate you, but his words are almost jovial today. He's got resting bitch face, don't worry about it, he's a sweetheart. In fact, he hasn't been very Reaper-like at all since this all began yesterday. Lord Von Zeeks isn't the Reaper, Mr. Naruhodo. Good point. The Reaper, I suppose in hindsight. I shouldn't have allowed that misconception to go unchallenged. Huh? It was my tacit acceptance of that pseudonym. My failure to stop the Reaper becoming something more than a mere legend that led to all this. But you're not to blame for that, Lord Von Zeeks. I mean, would you really have been able to convince people otherwise? Like, whatever is actually at the heart of this, like, they clearly went about it in a way that, they wanted it to seem like it was Von Zeeks. Like, that much is obvious. The fact that it's all his clients and seemingly no one else. And again, maybe it is, I don't know. Because I don't think he ever defended Wilson at any point, did he? Actual Wilson, the dead guy. Iris' not dad. So maybe there are a lot more we know. They just haven't fully. The actual cops just haven't fully connected. Oh, died of a serious circumstance. No, I'm just saying though. Are there ones that aren't even like listed as being because of the Reaper? Like, I don't know if we know for sure if Wilson was a client at some point, or you know what I mean. Getting charged with anything. God, I cannot talk today. It's only because serious crime at the Capitol dropped off so sharply when the public started calling you that. That's why you didn't say anything, isn't it? To be frank, I'm not sure that was the sole reason. What do you mean? There was a rumor at the time that the Reaper was really the ghost of my late brother. Like I said, I think that's what they wanted people to think. That having been slain by that evil killer, Clint's restless spirit returned to some sort of demigod. To wield a deadly blade of justice where I, by the dint of law, could not. Yes, we've heard that story too. When I lost him, I felt as though I'd lost my guiding light. I didn't know where to go or what to do. And so, in some small way, I wonder if perhaps those rumors made me feel his absence a little less keenly. Are we being gay right now? Oh, incredibly, Pumpkaboo. We're bonding. He's telling us about his feelings. Even if I knew it was just an illusion, just some nonsense conjured up by an over-imaginative public.
He was obviously extremely important to you, Lord Clint Von Zeeks.
Well, what's important now is uncovering the truth. That's all that matters. I'm getting scared now, because if his brother actually was a fucking asshole, or was the professor and Genshin was just killing him in self-defense or whatever, like, if his brother's an asshole, this is gonna be a fucking mess. Because I am willing to bet that he will probably fight us on this, even at risk of himself getting convicted if it comes down to it. I'm gonna hope I'm wrong on that point. I don't want to deal with that. What's important now is uncovering the truth. That's all that matters. I already triggered PTSD in a man. I don't feel like ruining Varrock's image of his brother when he clearly meant a lot to him. I know that you didn't take anyone's life. And I intend to prove that beyond a shadow of a doubt in court today. I never thought I'd say this, but I can see it in your eyes, that burning desire to cut through all the lies and deception. I can't deny it any longer. You are a lawyer of absolute integrity. Thank you. I love you too. Now tell me, Why do I detect the scent of expensive tea leaves in the air? Oh, Iris, when did you get here?
Oh.
I bought you one of my special blends. Hurley loves it. He says it helps him clear his head.
Iris, there's white dust in this cup. I thank you.
Oh, hee.
That's the first and last time I'll ever see a sight like this. You seem different today, Iris. Sort of subdued, I suppose. Is he actually the father? Like, did Sholmes have a talk with her out after this and explain what's actually up before he even explained to us that, Mikotoba's not? Is that where we're going with this? How old is he again? He's 33. It's a little weird. He doesn't seem like the type. Especially when that would have been right around the height of everything happening with his brother, but, it's technically possible. Sort of subdued, I guess. Do I think Von Zieks has fucked a woman? My heart says no, but my brain says possibly. Yeah, he's so traditional. Exactly. I don't know. How would she, like, he doesn't seem like that, like, how would she have, like, I mean, I guess if the mom fucking fucked off and gave birth somewhere else, but then how did she end up with Sholmes? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. More subdued, I suppose.
I am not.
What happened yesterday is obviously still playing on her mind a lot. She's clearly very troubled about having stolen that autopsy report from Dr. Seiss' laboratory.
All right, then. Good luck to you both. I have to make a move now.
Oh, you're not staying?
I thought you would watch today's proceedings.
Well, I'd like to cheer you on, obviously. But I've got lots to get ready.
Get ready for what?
Oh, yes. Why don't you take this?
It's gonna take a lot more than a cute bunny charm of him to make us reconcile, Iris. I'm sorry. This marriage is in shambles. It's a Sholmes bunny. Isn't that one of the little felt dolls that's usually dangling from your knapsack?
Yes, it's a Lucky Charm. A little Hurley that I made once.
A Hurley? Looks more like a Harley to me. Harley to me.
If for some reason you completely run out of options in the trial today, then just pull this little Hurley's ears as hard as you possibly can.
What? Pull his ears?
That's right, it's a way to bring good luck. I think you might need it.
Okay. Is it a bomb? I guess you could say, look at the pretty bunny! I said it last night when we were watching God, I say it again. I gotta stop saying that so much. That is Linkara's joke. I cannot take credit for the pretty bunny thing. That is Linkara's joke. I don't know why I've been saying it so goddamn much. I can't stop though.
You think what we'll need is luck?
I just need to peek inside the courtroom. And it seemed very different to normal.
Are there no people whatsoever in there today? Because I would believe it. Yes, it would seem that a certain someone has decided to pull out all the stops. What does that mean? Also, yeah, accepting evidence from a small child. This will not end well. We don't have a jury. Unless that's different for the second half for some reason. I assume we still don't have a jury, because this is technically the same case.
What about Mr. Sholmes, Iris?
I don't know. He was out all night and hadn't come back by the time I left this morning.
Good fucking God! What are him and Mikotoba doing? You know what? I don't want to know. I don't need to know. I'm with Barack now. That's all that matters.
Oh, I see.
Was Professor Mikotoba out all night too?
Yes, it would seem so. I telegrammed the hotel this morning. And apparently they didn't come back to their rooms last night at all.
They? Boom. I could make a dumb three-way joke, but instead I'm just gonna say that that's further proof that Jigoku might be okay, so Strongheart's the head, right? Obviously, Strongheart's the Gant. He is the head. He is the head of the beast at this point, right? I don't think he's fucking stupid enough to murder someone with his own hands, right? Like, I don't think there's any way he directly murdered Gregson. So somebody else had to have. Gregson was just the strategist. He didn't murder himself. Good fucking God. Could they make it any more obvious? Thank you, Saribot. What a good bean. We good? We good. Christ. I guess Gun is the, Gun is the guy now. Maybe now the actual Haas can clear his name. Yeah, this still doesn't, if Jigoku is an actual assassin in this fucking ring, then it still is very strange that he wasn't the one to kill Wilson at the start of the first game. That they threw out fucking assassin. Fucking Miss Shin, whatever the... Jezebel. I'm gonna call her Jezebel still. It's weird, like, it's weird that they even needed her over in Japan, but whatever. They'll explain, I'm sure. Judge Jigoku, too?
That's right, nobody appears to have seen either of them since yesterday.
It's the guns missing from the Yu-Gi-Oh dub. Oh no. Invisible guns. Bang, bang. Patow, patow, patow. Counsel for the defense and the defendant. Court is about to be in session. Please make your way to the inside of the courtroom at once.
Good luck then, Runo, Susie.
Call him Barry. Do it. Do it, coward. Yeah, thanks, Iris.
And you, Mr. Reaper, I hope it goes well.
Call him Barry. Do it. Once again, I thank you for the delicious tea. It was very soothing.
Oh, I'm so glad.
We must go inside now, Lord Von Zeeks.
Nothing else, just Barry now. Like I said, from the very beginning, I wanted him to be Uncle Barry. I wanted us to get close enough that she'll call him that. Lord Von Zeeks has always been the formidable prosecutor I've had to lock horns with in court. But not today. Today I battle with another in pursuit of the truth. Banana! My best friend, Kazuma Sogi, who I trust more than anyone else in the world. That's questionable right now. Now I understand what it is that drew me here to Britain all those months ago. Now I know exactly what destiny had in store for me. It's all been leading up to this one day, this one trial, to this final reckoning. It's now, it's never, and I got to make my decision. Feels even more oppressive here than it did yesterday. Okay, no, we do still have an audience. There's some cold stares piercing me like knives from all sides today. Yeah, no jury still, but we do still have an audience. Mr. Naruhodo, look! Sir, I'd like to see your qualifications. Oh no. Already? Gee, Maleheart, why would you possibly want to be the judge all of a sudden? You took Santa Claus away, you dick! Man, you are evil. You killed Christmas. Man, fuck you. I trusted you. I didn't trust you. I was hoping maybe you would somehow turn out to not be evil. Especially when Dr. Scythe got introduced and looked significantly more evil. Where is Santa Judge? Lord Strongheart? The fuck? Husband must have known beforehand.
The ramifications of this trial now extend far beyond the murder of one Scotland Yard inspector. In fact, events have come to light that threaten to rock the very foundations of our country's legal system.
The escape of a condemned criminal on the night of the execution, the subsequent unlawful shooting of the man, and the revelation the prison staff must have been complicit in the jailbreak. Santa got shot in the shoulder. No! Strongheart stars as Mario in the new movie. Gilbert Gottfried is Mario. Would still be a better choice than Chris Pratt. Motherfucker, how the hell is this gonna work? He's gonna shut us fucking down at every opportunity.
Britain is currently hosting influential members of the judiciary from countries all over the world. It is imperative that we uncover the truth in these proceedings to avoid an international embarrassment. By royal decree, this will continue to be a closed trial. And one over which I, Male Strongheart, exercise total and unequivocal authority.
Well, isn't that convenient? Jack Black as Bowser killed you. So I saw someone do a cover. Of it. I need the actual song. I need Bowser singing the actual song, Fuck Her Gently. I need an animation of Bowser singing that, please. Then I fucking fuck you completely. Then I'm gonna fuck you discreetly. The 6 juror flames just,
As was the case in yesterday's proceedings, those here present in the public gallery are distinguished members of our judiciary assembled to bear witness to a fair judicial process.
So fair. In other words, a collection of your acolytes, Lord Strongheart. An entire courtroom of people who are gonna fucking be glaring at us all while we try to prove that this man's fucking evil. How nice.
On a personal note, I find this most distressing, Lord Von Zeeks. You were a prosecutor of exceptional talent. Much like your brother Clint, in fact.
I fucking hate you. You're gonna break that staff. You are gonna break the horn off that nice unicorn staff. You gotta be careful with precious material like that. My Kamen Rider Kuga fell off the shelf today, bruh. It's no laughing matter. You gotta be careful with your things. He's fine. A little scuffed up, but he's fine. I can't afford a new one. So thank fucking God. I will take some scuff marks over his horns breaking off.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. For the trial of Barack Von Zeeks, who officially stands accused of murder.
Just Mighty Form. I don't have any other Kugas. The only Kuga I have is Mighty Form. I don't like Kuga enough to get all his alts. No offense to Kuga.
Counsels for the prosecution and defense, are you in full readiness to proceed?
The only other Kuga I would buy, the only other Kuga-related figure I would buy is if they made it, would be a human Ichijo.
This Kamen Rider show is quite interesting. The fact that it manages to change things up so drastically every season and still keep up mostly consistent quality is admirable. Except for that saber. Not sure what happened there.
Counsel for the prosecution and defense, are you in full readiness to proceed?
The defense is ready, my lord. That's my lord in air quotes. As is the prosecution.
Yesterday's proceedings brought to light a shocking and disturbing fact. There was a side to the victim, Inspector Tobias Grayson, that was unknown to his superiors at Scotland Yard.
Yes, he was carrying out operations in secret, and Scotland Yard knew nothing about.
And those clandestine operations, he had an accomplice.
Mr. Daily Vigil, who would be given the inspector's identification and present himself around the capital in order to establish credible aliases for Gregson. Alibis, not aliases. In that way, Gregson appeared to be carrying out a regular Scotland Yard work even when he was in fact not present.
At the end of yesterday's session, Mr. Vigil, who had been suffering from amnesia, regained his memory. It would appear he buried his memories of the time he hid deep inside himself as a means of self-preservation. Because whilst he was engaged as chief warder at Barclay Prison, he abetted the convict's escape.
Mr. Vigil is currently recuperating at St. Sinners. He's recovered enough to give a signed statement about his movements on the day prior to the incident. He's formally admitted to posing as Gregson whilst investigating the Red-Headed League.
Which brings us to the crucial issue of the victim's time of death. The defense yesterday proposed a suggestion that the victim may have been killed 1 day earlier. This was based largely on the discovery that the victim's pocket watch had not been wound.
The prosecution has something to report on that subject, my lord.
Really? Go ahead, Prosecutor Asogi.
I met once again with the coroner yesterday to discuss the issue. She confirmed that the defense's suggestion could not be ruled out. It's entirely possible that Inspector Gregson was killed on 31st October, the day before his body was discovered. I have here an updated autopsy report. Too much to hope for? Too much to hope for. Also, spooky Halloween murder. It includes the amended details.
But the official opinion of the investigation team was made clear yesterday. That the time of death was 5 p.m. on the 1st November.
There are indications of an attempt to disguise the real time of death, however. It seems naturally decayed that the naturally decaying process of the victim's body may have been slowed by keeping it chilled.
That's out of the question. There are no refrigeration devices in that part of London large enough to accommodate a human corpse. Believe me, I know where every refrigerator in the city is.
Why?
None of your beeswax!
My lord, this is more than just conjecture. There's evidence to support the idea. We must investigate it thoroughly.
Very well. The court will accept this new report as evidence.
He stood to keep the sandwiches? Why do you need that many sandwiches?
I'm a big man and I'm a hungry man. However, if this updated report is deemed to be accurate, it would give renewed significance to the movements of the victim the day before the Fresno Street incident.
Again, that's what I want to know more about. I'm very sad that we got randomly attacked by Toby, so we couldn't actually ask Gina more about like when the last time she saw him was, or what he claimed to be doing. Yo, Shin, we're doing all right. It would, yes, especially since on that day, Inspector Gregson was using Mr. Vigil to cover up his real movements. It's conceivable that he was killed in the course of his secret activities.
Do I sense that the prosecution has some information regarding those activities?
Scotland Yard put enormous effort into investigating the precise matter yesterday. He feeds the birds.
Feed the birds! Tuppence a day! Tuppence! Tuppence! Tuppence a day!
I think we should begin by presenting the results of that investigation work. So the prosecution calls its first witness now. There we go, finally. State your name and occupation for the court. Inspector Zena Lestrade reporting, Reaper. Representative of Scotland Yard. What are you doing here? A self-confirmed remark, but never mind. Nice stream to wind down on your birthday. Oh shit, happy birthday, Shin. Hope you had a lovely day. You'd be pretty mad at yourself to assume the fan translation of Daily Vigil was a pun based off Scapegoat or something dumb. What the fuck? Was that a thing? Ugh. Gina again? What's your problem, Odo? What's with that Gina again? Look, eh? Ah! The boss meant the world to me. He done more for me than anyone else ever did.
Oh, Inspector Gregson, you mean?
He got me out of the back slums of the East End and took me under his wing. Taught me that life can have a purpose. So that's why. I'm the best person to be standing here speaking for him. Oh, Gina. I'm sorry, but he was kind of a fuck. Right, all the goodness of Gregson's heart. Not at all had his all out of the goodness of his heart. Not at all that he had his arm twisted by Mr. Sholmes. No. Not at all. No, it purely altruistic. Him taking Gina in, I'm sure. He's a great guy. He's a great fucking guy. Best inspector out of any of the games, clearly. What's Emma ever done for us? Pshaw. Again, reuse my spirit animal. What's relevant to those proceedings is just What's relevant to these proceedings is that the outcome of Scotland Yard's investigations yesterday. Gumshoe, more like Gums Who. Kill me. Has revealed the victim was carrying out some assignment the police knew nothing about.
Unfortunately, that makes you a biased witness. You will be dismissed.
Oh, this is just like the backstory to Persona 5.
Very troubling.
That face. Lord Strongheart knew. Also, Lord Strongheart is not moving more because it has to be even more dramatic when he has a breakdown. He has been consistently very calm, very collected, very slow and meticulous in his movements. He has to be still now, so his breakdown can be all the more satisfying. God, don't remind me. Don't remind me about fucking poor Gumshoe not being in Spirit of Justice. Even though the DLC case of that game, the entire point was getting the OG crew back together. We didn't have Gumshoe. Just because they didn't feel like making him a new model. I was very sad. This bitch knew! So, Inspector Lestrade, let's hear exactly what it says in that report. Coming right up, sir. Whereas the British judge, Strongheart felt that this case was so important that he found it in his heart to take it on personally, also out of pure altruism, no ulterior motive whatsoever. All your detectives are supposed to know and follow orders and investigate what they're told. But a little search of the boss's office turned up a notebook and a load of secret meetings in it. According to that, the boss was looking into some smuggled goods dealing that day. Looks like it was a big job and all, but the coppers weren't in on it yet. What's most important here is there's a witness what saw the Reaper at the place too. Yo, help, you missed the Godfrey reveal. I'm sorry. Smuggled goods? Strongheart's so nice. He's so nice to take time out of his busy Clock King ass schedule to come in and preside over this case instead of Santa Judge. He's such a hero. What a king. I don't know, do I? I'm just telling you what was written in the book. Your head past it going. Your bestie, welcome back. Tobacco, tea, spices, medicines, goods of all sorts flow into London by illegal channels across the globe. It's well known the disposal of irregular black markets that take place in the capital. But the police are rarely able to locate them in time. Fucking fly-by-night bootleg operations. At least they weren't smuggling ink. Oh my god, it could be. Oh. I would need more cocaine. Tyrael, Dusk, Tyrael. So Inspector Gregson was investigating one of these black markets. Hey, Abyss, I'm having a good time. I'm scared, I'm terrified, but I'm having a good time.
It's been suggested that high-ranking government officials may be involved in black market activity. No doubt Gregson was trying to avoid the details of his investigations being linked to the involved parties.
Hey, this Inspector looks good, but Coda does not deserve it. He really doesn't.
That would explain why he was operating on his own authority without the Yard's knowledge.
And do we know where the dealings were taking place this time? in a particular room of a certain exclusive London gentleman's club. And on the day in question, the accused is known to have been there. Ah, yes, the Peppermint Hippo. That's the conclusion of Scotland Yard's investigation into the matter. That can't be! We haven't heard anything about this! Again, I would have loved to have asked Gina yesterday, but random dog attack that has still not been explained. You just started Torna, Laura is adorable, and maybe a hot take, but you like Jin? No, Abyss, that is not a hot take. Jin is one of the best parts of Xenoblade 2, and him and Laura are adorable. You are absolutely valid. Members of the club have testified to it. There's no question. The accused, Barack von Zieks, was present.
I've never been to a strip club in my whole life. My virginity can attest to that. That would be a very significant testimony, then.
Oh my, but Lord von Zieks made no mention of this at all. In short, Lord von Zieks had ample opportunity to murder the victim. I was gonna say, yeah, ending of Torna was so depressing. That Rex vision, man, that fucked me up for weeks. Oh, and also some people died, and it was sad, I guess.
Very well, then. Counsel for the defense, begin your cross-examination.
Won't be in chat much tonight, busy torturing herself. Uh-oh, that does not sound good. Help you all right, buddy? All right.
What a charming little rabbity version of Mr. Sholmes.
Yeah, real charming. More charming than the actual one right now.
Do you suppose this is how Iris sees him? Are you all right, Mr. Naruhodo? Your eyes are variably boring to the poor doll's ears.
Resisting the urge to take out his frustrations on the bunny. Man whore. I'm sorry, I was just wondering. What do you suppose would happen if I were to tug his ears with all my might right now?
I'm sure that we'll find out when the time is right.
Uh-huh. Finish training your so now I have to go back to Rex, God.
To become a proper gentleman, you must really learn you must learn with stoic patience.
But I want to know now! Kill Rex.
Whoa!
Have you seen this huge gash cost on the side of the trunk here? If they show Rex Xenoblade 3 and he's cool somehow, what would I do? I would strongly consider boycotting the game. I probably wouldn't actually, but like, god fucking damn it, I want to get away from that. Xenoblade 2's world is so fucking interesting. Its lore is so interesting. Just fucking move away and have some new goddamn characters. Rex don't need to be there. It's gone right through the leather into the metal behind.
Gosh, for metal just like this to have been so badly damaged. Whatever made the gash must have struck the side of the trunk with considerable force.
Can we get a kill Rex button?
Whoa!
It probably should be a separate button, sure. But hey, in the meantime, just ask. Y'all get that one for free. I wonder how it happened. Music. Let's have a look-see. You'd go burn monoliths off to the ground, Dusk. I don't think I'd go quite that far. But yeah, I would not be happy. Look, there's something inside.
Oh, let's see. It appears to be a passport, authorizing him to travel overseas.
Why are you asking me to die? Why would you ask me a question and then tell me to die? That's mean! Was Inspector Gregson about to go on a trip abroad then? 666 for killing Rex. What's that smile about? Stop smiling at me! You guys are scaring me! I don't like this!
Whoa! Whoa!
666 to kill Rex. Alright. Just to torture us. 666 to play the sound clip. Make a girl cry? That's not gonna fly. Make a girl smile? You pass the trial. Perhaps the date of departure might tell us something that was... Oh. What is it? It was for travel on 31st October, just one day before the incident. What? Really? 2 days to retirement. That's always the way. Xenoblade 2 main should have been Jin, Zeke, or Morag. Xenoblade 2's got some fantastic characters and a great world and some great lore, and a lot of things are great about that game. It's just the actual main characters are trash. Rex is trash, Pyra is trash. We need to get away from them. Why is everyone being so mean to me today? I'm leaving! I don't have to take this! I'm the greatest protagonist ever! Y'all are mean! Gregson went to France the day before his body was discovered. Or wait, what? Oh, wait a minute, did I misread? He was supposed to go before. Oh, shit. Can I shut that guy up? Oh, you get that one for free.
Whoa!
Yeah. 666 for make a girl cry that's not gonna fly. 222 to kill him. Sounds fair. Okay, yeah, I misread. Alright, so he was supposed to already be gone. Look at the stark stain here. You don't think? Yes, I'm afraid so. I think it's blood. I knew you were going to say that, so that means that this was present at the scene when Inspector Gregson was killed. It's the most logical conclusion, yes. I think Gina's been carrying this around with her. If you didn't know any better, I suppose it does look like a grease stain from the fish and chips. No! No, I don't know about that. I feel like there's a pretty distinct contrast between fucking blood and grease. I don't know. That's just me. Why did the judge get replaced? Because Strongheart's such a nice guy. Strongheart is such a cool and nice and lovely man. He wants to make sure that this trial is carried out fairly. Oh, you're playing P1. That's why you're torturing yourself. Oh, God. Best of luck. I'll join you on that one eventually. Alright, this is the one that the warden gave us. The one I think is fake. All my belongings be delivered to my son, Cosima. Deep sadness, I accept my fate in this foreign land. Knowledge I will never see my homeland or family again. I regret nothing about my chosen path. I don't know why this is information. This is information we already know. I don't know why I would have to look at it again, but I guess maybe I don't. But... I always wonder what the underside of a hairpiece looks like. You always want to see what lies beneath, don't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Ah, that's not how I put it. Let's use lots of bird line to keep it in place on your head. So just get blown off in a gust of wind, I mean. That might be a little inconvenient when you wanted to take it off again, don't you think? Do I need to, like, investigate all this old stuff again? I would think that everything would still be there. Maybe stuff like the gun, but like generally speaking, I would hope I wouldn't have to get everything again just because they decided this is a separate chapter. I'm good? Okay. Okay. Permission for the applicant and one additional person to travel. Okay, so he was planning to leave with Gina. We knew that. So that's all I've got to work with. Gina's not holding back with that ice-cold stare of hers, is she? I really don't know what to make of all this. Lord Von Zieks told us he was investigating Inspector Gregson. But he never once mentioned that he met the inspector the day before the incident. You don't think Lord Von Zieks could have been lying to us, do you? That's not the only way to explain this. Oh. If everything Lord Von Zieks told us is true, then there must be a mistake in the testimony somewhere. You mean there are details we've yet to uncover? Exactly. A clue, perhaps, that even Gina hasn't noticed. That's what we should be looking for here.
Hold it!
Who are these witnesses? Give me some names. Lord Von Zieks was at the club. He was. Detectives who visited the club yesterday to make inquiries have confirmed it. Several members of the report having seen the accused being admitted into the room in question as a guest. Looks like there's no disputing that he was there, then. Well, we know Lord Von Zieks was investigating Inspector Gregson, don't we? Perhaps he'd already discovered the inspector's secret notebook. Which led him to the club, you mean? Maybe. Presumably that there are also eyewitnesses who could testify Gregson was there. None have been identified at this time, no. Oh! So the all-important victim wasn't seen at this mysterious club. Oi! Why are you asking Inspector Lestrade over here, huh? Why aren't you asking? Lestrade, same thing. Would that have been Vigil he was following? I don't think Von Zieks would have made that mistake. And if he knew about that whole deal already, I would think it would have come up in the first day.
Hold it!
So how did Inspector Gregson come to find out about it in that case? That's the question, ain't it? But I'm just an apprentice, so... And why didn't he inform Scotland Yard of his findings? Yeah, that's what I was asking myself. 'Cause, you know, I'm just an apprentice. When it suits you, yeah. Anyway, the point is, something went on at the club, no question. You can't say that for certain, though, surely.
Hold it!
Could I see some more of those dates, please? Do you have any idea where those dealings were taking place? Yep, it was all here in the boss's notes. Let's see if I can remember. As I already said, the illegal dealings were due to take place at a gentleman's club. Yes, I remember, but I was hoping to find out the name of the club. The Peppermint Hippo, I told you! Also, that's not necessary. What? It's conceivable that the club might be used again by smugglers in the future. Therefore, the prosecution has been asked not to reveal the name of these proceedings. Sauce! I don't know what all the fuss is about. It's right here. All I've got to do is read it out loud. Tonight for Persona 5, we get to pickpocket Persona 5 and to drive a Tesla car. And I could too. I've got this reading game buttoned up now. A, B, C, D, I, F, potato, A, U, B, E, C, E, D, H, I got my GED. What's the harm? The judge hasn't signaled his objection yet. I could try and find out. What do I do? I want to know. This is a closed court. The proceedings are confidential. There shouldn't be any possibility of the information being leaked.
As I explained, there is some possibility of politicians being involved in this affair.
Then why did you invite politicians to the trial?
The prosecution is rightfully exercising caution, I imagine.
I'm going to allow this. No, my lord. The prosecution has no objection. Oh, he mad. Kazuma! There's no question that Inspector Gregson was looking into these black market dealings. However, it's not yet been established that he was on that particular trail the day in question. If the defense requires to know the club's name, the prosecution has no intention of being obstructive.
You're on my shit list, Asogi!
I already was.
Right then. I get to show off my reading skills.
So what's been going on in this case, Abyss? This is technically still the same case that was in the first one. Gregson got killed. Von Zeeks is the suspect. We are defending him. Kazuma's the prosecutor instead. Gregson turns out to have been the brain, essentially, of the Reaper operation. Not the highest brain, but a brain. He was like the planner / coordinator, responsible for sending people out to kill people under the guise of the Reaper's curse. Zeke looks like Miles a little bit. I can remove the stick on my ass when it suits me. It's a fashion statement, but we can't see it. The grease is loose. Oh! I saw that before I saw the end game.
Apparently the smuggle conceal was gonna happen at a gentleman's club called the Groose.
Have we heard that name at any point before? I'm gonna assume we're not worrying about the professor stuff yet. Oh, no.
Hold it!
The Groose? What kind of club is that?
I ain't got the focus. Clubs ain't exactly my thing. But I am kind of curious.
They're not places where a fallen student like you would be readily admitted. Have you looked in the mirror recently?
I tell you what. Me and Chief Inspector Toby could go in undercover.
Could you, though?
I could pick out a few good marks and see what else I could find when I was in there.
I really don't think you should go picking out anything. Anyway, that's where these black market dealings were going to take place, is it?
Yeah, it's gotta be. That's what the lower-ranking detectives at the yard reckon.
Toby with a fake mustache, they'll never know. Since the even lower-ranking detective, okay. Yeah, there's something I gotta be missing. It's making it seem like we should know what that club is. And I've not heard that term before. I know the trunk has a scratch. I am aware. It didn't give that. All it said is, "Hey, this trunk has a scratch on it." Yeah, this was my first guess. Look at the blue ticket. I am. Black Bird Line. It's a train ticket. Oh, that's fucked up. That's actually fucked up, especially since this is such old evidence. Jesus Christ, fuck that. Why are you two just repeating this? Oh my fucking god. Why are they repeating this and they're not even acknowledging it? Jesus fucking Christ. They're repeating the same text as always. Jesus fucking Christ. No, I'm sorry. Fuck that. If you could actually make out the writing and see it somewhere, no problem. If you could actually see the writing here and not have to examine it to read it, fine. But the fact that it's squiggly-ass, tiny-ass cursive that is not even actually legible, the fact that you have to examine it to get that information, that's fucked up. Nah, fuck that. Fuck you, Takumi.
Objection!
I've read all about these clubs that exist here in Britain. As I understand it, they're places where well-to-do gentlemen socialize with friends and colleagues. Don't imagine for a second that a foreign exchange student like you would be admitted. Seriously, is your mirror cracked or something? We know for sure that contraband dealings were definitely happening at the club. Examining stuff that has no text on it, fine. Examining stuff stuff for scratches or blood or whatever, fine. Examining a ticket that literally has text on it, that you're literally just reading off of in-universe to get the information, no. No reason that cursive couldn't actually have been legible. No excuse. I'm not letting this one go. Do we know for sure that the contraband dealings were definitely happening at a club called the Groose? The police are currently looking for evidence, but haven't found anything definitive yet. And I'm sorry to say that they probably won't. What do you mean by that? I mean, the place Inspector Gregson was secretly going to visit on the 31st of October may not have been a gentleman's club at all.
You're showing a very irreverent attitude towards our country's police force there, Counsel. If it wasn't a gentleman's club, then what was it?
Like I said, literally all they had to do was make the cursive actually eligible. Some of it is. Some of the text is legible. Why not all? Purely to fuck with you. No excuse. No. Good idea, bad execution, that's fine. That's a fine way of putting it. Like I said. Fuck that nonsense. It's a steamship. You think it's a ship? That also pretty much, would pretty much confirm Jinkoku being the actual murderer. Granted, that doesn't help us all that much. We need to cut off the fucking serpent head. I have more evidence here to prove it.
Let me see that. This dark-suited young man is not in the least bit untrustworthy. I don't know if I believe that.
Other side, my lord, other side.
Be more specific next time.
That's what I'm saying.
Ah, this would appear to be a ticket for passage on a steamship, yes. The SS Gross? That's a stupid name.
Objection!
So there's a steamship named the Groose that happens to share a name with the club. But I'm afraid to say that there's a flaw in your logic there. How? Look at the ticket. Notice the date of arrival in port.
The ship arrived at the port of Dover on 1st November. Ah!
The day which the sounded like a gun... The day on which the sound like a gunshot was heard on Fresno Street. In other words, the day in question here, 31st October, when the victim was on his clandestine mission. The ship hadn't yet docked on British shores. Also, yeah, wait a minute. So wait, what's happening here? So where do people actually see Von Zeeks then? Wait a fucking second. So is there actually a club with the same name? They said they acted like they couldn't actually find the club. No, they said that. I'm very confused now. Good God.
That would certainly make an undercover investigation somewhat challenging.
The fact that the steamship hadn't yet reached Britain substantiates the defense's assertion that the victim was investigating the SS Grus on the day in question. Then show your evidence for that assertion. Very well. How do I feel about Judge Gilbert Godfrey? It's an interesting way to go about it. I'm very curious how this is gonna go once we actually start honing in on him as the mastermind. Cause it's gonna be a fucking task to get to that point. I don't know if he's gonna actually end up on the witness stand and the other judge is gonna come back, or he's just gonna stay up there while we fucking crucify him. I'm very curious to see how that goes, but yeah, it's gonna take a while because we gotta first step one. I think is figuring out the actual killer. The actual killer probably being Jinkoku. Then we gotta actually solve the Reaper bullshit, which is somehow going to tie into the Professor bullshit. I don't know in what order.
In that case, counsel for the defense, present your evidence to the court now. Evidence that substantiates your claim that the victim was investigating the SS Grus on 31st October.
If I crucify him, he'll become the second coming of Christ. Details. Would it be this? Yeah, no, because that was confused. That was why they were confused, because it was the day before. Yeah.
Take that!
What's this? A passport for travel issued to the victim? Dated 31st October. What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that just one day before the inspector's body was discovered, there's a distinct possibility that he wasn't even in the country.
Order! This document is for passage to France. It does appear to have been officially authorized.
The day before the SS Grus arrived at Dover, it docked on the northern coast of France for a night. According to my father, who was on board, at the port of Dunkirk.
Dunkirk, France? What could possibly have taken the victim there?
I am curious why he went there already without Gina first. Did he not actually give two shits about Gina? Did he not even have that going for him? Oh, knee slapper. I'm impressed, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I certainly didn't expect you to get your hands on that passport. What? You mean, you knew about this? The prosecution strategy for this trial has been laid down by the Crown Prosecution Office. On the day before the incident, the victim was investigating contraband dealings at London Club. A London Club. The outcome of Scotland Yard's investigations and the line of prosecution had been asked to follow. But personally, I don't agree. I think the prosecutor's office is trying to hide something.
What?
And now that you've expertly disproven their assertion, I intend to reveal what I believe that something to be.
What are you playing at, Prosecutor Asogi?
You're gonna give him wrinkles. A courtroom is a forum for truth, my lord. Which is why it's my duty to present all the facts without exception.
Let me guess.
It's cool that the voice actors of Neo Tweeby are doing an AMA, but that would require one, not streaming, and two, going to Reddit. I'm good.
Let me guess, that was your intention from the outset, wasn't it?
The reason Inspector Gregson secretly made his way to the steamship docked in France on the day in question was to carry out a mission for the Reaper. The Reaper?
Order! What on earth are you saying, Counsel?
The prosecution made an assertion in court yesterday. Inspector Grayson was investigating the identity of the Reaper when he discovered the location of the man's secret hideout. He was killed. I should be the keeper of the Reaper. I'm sure everyone can imagine by the Reaper's hand. But in reality, the truth is the opposite of that. What? What question? I don't really have any questions. That's why I always... Like, I'd love to meet certain voice actors, but, like, what the fuck am I gonna ask them? Who the fuck am I? I can't think of anything in particular. Inspector Grayson wasn't investigating the Reaper at all. He was, in fact, acting for the Reaper. So you're saying the mission he was undertaking was, obviously, an assassination. Barack Von Zieks never carried out any of the actual killings. Whenever the Reaper's victims lost their lives, he always had a cast-iron alibi. Which tells us that he must have had an accomplice.
And you claim that was Inspector Gregson.
What do you think you're saying, eh? My boss would have never done nothing like that. Gregson didn't do nothing wrong.
And yet, the Skulkin's innocence can attest otherwise. He strangled those men heartlessly for no reason other than his own ambition. For that he must pay. Too good for him his death was. Indeed, when you consider all the facts, it makes perfect sense.
No, it can't be. We also arrived at the same conclusions, didn't we? That Inspector Grayson was operating as the Reaper.
Even so, there's no way the person giving him orders was Lord Von Zieks. No, the true Reaper is somebody else. Barack Von Zieks is not the Reaper. A predictable response from someone who's advocating for the man. Try to protect your new boyfriend, Ryunosuke. Good for you. La-di-da. Even if it's true Gregson was operating as an agent of the Reaper, the suggestion that he went aboard the SS Bruce on the assassination mission doesn't follow at all.
Oh? You have some solid reason for doubting the assertion, do you, Counsel?
Absolutely, it's very simple. On the day in question, nobody was killed aboard that steamship.
Ha!
But Judge Inoue were on that very ship. If someone had been assassinated, I'm certain we would have heard about it.
I mean, to have not heard about it would mean at least one of them was fucking evil, and that can't be.
See? He gets it.
What's so funny?
You're right, of course. No suspicious deaths were reported aboard the ship. But I think perhaps you've missed the point. That's precisely why Inspector Gregson himself lost his life.
What?
Gregson did board the SS Bruce that night with the intention of dispatching his mark. But his mission ended in failure.
Failure?
It seems that the defense hasn't yet grasped a very important detail here.
What are you talking about? What detail?
Inspector Gina Lestrade.
Eh? What?
The victim's notebook that you had read an excerpt from earlier. That does contain details of secret investigations at all. Or doesn't even. It describes 10 years of assassination plots to be carried out by the Reaper of the Bailey.
You're lying! Even if all them blushes what got taken out had it coming. The boss, he weren't the Reaper.
Oh, Gina. There's no question that Tobias Grayson was heavily involved in the Reaper's activities. You may just be an apprentice, but if you've spent any time at Scotland Yard, you must have heard the rumors.
I ain't heard nothing. I don't believe a word of it.
Then testify again as a representative of Scotland Yard. consider it. Your chance to defend your boss. I don't...
I concur. The witness will give a new formal testimony. Tell us about what a great guy your boss was. Miss Lestrade, tell tell the court everything you know about Inspector Gregson's notebook.
I fucking hate you all. I'm gonna go home and play P5. Yeah, this notebook does have a load of stuff in what the Reaper got up to these past 10 years. Names of victims, dates, places and stuff, and the last entry was on 31st October. It said Grues for the place and the date, and then the name of the mark.
What was the name of the mark? I want to know the name of the mark. She better tell us that part.
There was a note about him being a criminal who got away from the Reaper in court 10 years ago or somewhat. But honest, the boss didn't do none of it. He was just investigating the Reaper, that's all.
A criminal who got away 10 years ago. The mark was named Mark. She is hopped up on copium. I'm so sorry, honey. Like, I get it. Again, whatever I may think of the man, she was clearly very grateful and had great respect for him. I do get it. God damn, who the hell would have... Like, there's no way fucking Genshin's still alive. His name is Mark Target. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait and get the name. I'm sorry, honey.
Keep personal opinion out of your testimony, witness. We require only established fact here.
Well, fuck you too, then, you fucking old man. Stupid fucking gaunt-looking motherfucker. This must be so hard for her.
You can't deny it now, surely, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What can't I deny? I agree with most of what you're saying. The notebook contained the name of the final mark and the location where the assassin would take place. Assassination. That's the information the victim that's information the victim could only have known if he was working with the Reaper.
Ah! So what is this final mark?
Go ahead, Inspector Lestrade. Read the name for the court. Oh, I don't even have to press to get it? Please. The name that's written alongside the entry that mentions the Grues on 31st October.
Oh, do you read this then?
Reading's still not her strong suit.
That ain't the problem, right, Dodo?
Is it Japanese?
It's a funny name, it ain't English. It's hard to read.
Ooh. So it's someone from overseas. Did they double psych Gregson? Yep! Okay. So, yeah, alright. So they set him up to make him think that Jingoku was the target, and instead Jingoku probably killed him.
Let me have a bash at it. Seishiro, is it? Yeah, Seishiro. Jigokyu, maybe?
What? Can't be. Seishiro Jigoku?
But that's Judge Jigoku.
Seishiro Jigoku. Certainly not an English name. You're right.
But that can't be. I know Judge Jigoku. I saw him the day before yesterday here in London. So I know for a fact the man hasn't been assassinated. As I said, the Reaper failed. Oh. Gregson missed his chance to kill the Mark and return to British shores. But the Reaper wouldn't tolerate a mistake, so he killed the Inspector. Personally. The Reaper, of course, being the accused. Barack von Zeeks.
It's an undeniably logical argument.
Kazuma, you planned for the trial to go this way all along, didn't
Hold
you?
it!
How about you stop sullying my fucking name?
Oh man, new angle! Woo! Up close and personal, yeah! That's a lot of leg. Oh my.
Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hollow chalice while I stand accused of murder.
Woo! And the crowd goes wild! 1800s feet pics. Spread 2, Electric Boogaloo. Lord Von Zeeks, please. POV leg slam. Aw, yeah! Hey, Secret, hour and a half late. What have you missed? Not too much. We started the trial. We established that Gregson's last location and where he was murdered was likely actually the ship that Susato and Susato's dad and Jikoku came in on. And we're currently going with that train of thought. Kazuma is aware that Gregson was in on the Reaper scheme, except he thinks Von Zeeks is the Reaper still, obviously. And then we just got a POV leg, we just got a POV leg slam. Very beautiful. I clapped when I saw it. The accused has no right to speak uninvited in court. You will return to the dock. I say nothing of whether or not I am the Reaper. That's the task of this court to decide. But there is one thing I can say unequivocally. That girl is no detective. What? No, that's right, I ain't. I'm an inspector.
Playing a fucking Persona game does not make you an officer or a mystery solver of any kind. It's a basic bitch-ass mystery that's obvious from the second act onward, you stupid girl! Repeating rumors heard around the yard. Reading entries from a notebook of unconfirmed origin. That's not testimony, it's practically a script. No doubt the rest of this trial will go exactly as you planned. Your hatred of me is understandable. In your mind, I'm sure I'm the Reaper, who sent your father to the gallows all those years ago. But you're in danger of becoming a far more sinister Reaper yourself, by attempting to have me condemned with this feeble excuse for testimony. What did you say?
Mr. Naruhodo, this is our chance.
My lord, the detective requests the defendant be allowed to speak. He may be privy to important information relating to the testimony just given by the witness.
I fucking hate you people! Very well, I'll make an exception and grant the request. The defendant may remain in the witness stand for the cross-examination.
Then allow me to toast the court's impartiality.
Don't raise your glass in my direction, sir! Get that poison out of my face! Begin the cross-examination immediately.
At once, my lord. Gant 2.0, yeah, Gant 2.0 is the judge because he's such a nice guy! The Reaper's Notebook. Sounds like a really bad, Death Note ripoff chick flick. Alright, I think someone was saying this is press everything. We got kind of sidetracked because of Barack. But I believe this is a press everything.
Hold it!
One step at a time. In other words, it shows that Gregson was basically acting as the Reaper. Not you and all! That's the only explanation, isn't it? It could have been investigating the Reaper in secret. And the notebook said what he found.
If I may. When originally people began referring to me as the Reaper, I didn't object. I believe the power to intimidate London's criminal classes into compliance with the law was to be beneficial.
But you carried out your own investigations into the true identity of the Reaper, didn't you?
Yes, and those investigations proved conclusively that Gregson was one arm of the Reaper. They keep using that term. See, like I said, that's why I keep saying that I think Jikoku is the other one. And then I guess, I don't know, he got promoted to assassin once fucking Shins was out of the picture. I don't know. What are you on about? The Reaper's victims were all extremely shrewd criminals at the top of their game. There's simply no way one person could have taken them all alone. The Reaper is an organization. With you at its head. This is your ex? Really? Is he stupid or just on his period? I had spies at the yard keeping me abreast of Gregson's movements, letting me know when he was elsewhere. So I've been able to check the most recent entry in his book. I knew the location. You knew it said Groose? But was it loose? Believing it to be a reference to the Gentleman's Club, I went there on the day in question to investigate alone.
That explains why several members of the club claim to have seen you there.
Okay, so goddamn, that is a big-ass coincidence, Jesus Christ. So the club actually is called the Groose, what the fuck? But of course the inspector was not there. Because at the time he was making his way to the steamship docked on the northern coast of France. As shown by the passport found in the victim's metal trunk. Hey, Godzilla, you just woke up, oh my god. I've had days like that. Very well then, back to your testimony about the contents of the notebook.
Fine. Something wrong, Mr. Naruhodo? You seemed a little shocked by something a moment ago.
No, it's alright. I'm overthinking this, aren't I? No such thing when it comes to this game.
Hold it!
Would I believe there's a hotel called Denny's? Yeah, French Denny's. All French Denny's are also hotels, right? Case closed. Names of the victims, dates, places, and stuff? What in particular?
Well, beside the victims' names, the other name kept cropping up.
What other name was that?
It's the one I told you yesterday, the same name written over and over again.
You mean Asa Shin? On October, we're gonna watch the Smash reveal? Oh yeah, I kept meaning to tell you guys about that, yeah. So because Smash is dead to me, but I still like hanging out with my friends, and also Smash reaction videos make delicious YouTube pennies. We're actually planning to and because the day of the presentation is the same day as a certain other game releasing, Ivy and Ian are getting the Nickelodeon Smash knockoff. So the current plan is for them to actually come over super early, and we're gonna stream a little bit of the Nickelodeon game, and then watch the presentation. That's the current plan. Not sure who the hell's gonna be up to waking up that early, but yeah, if you are, that's something to look forward to, I guess.
Oh, that's the one. She's a friend of yours or something, isn't she?
Were you even listening yesterday? Asa Shin, the assassin. God, I feel stupid saying that!
What? Like a killer, you mean?
Gregson was the tactician, the one who came up with the plan of attack. This big thing seems pretty mad to you. I mean, me too, honestly, but it's better than Smash. Smash is fucking dead to me. Smash is trash, yo. I could play as Powdered Toast Man in the Nickelodeon game. That's way better. Gregson was the tactician, the one who came up with the plan of attack. He investigated the marks thoroughly, finding out when they would be vulnerable, and who to use to get to them.
But the person actually executing his plans was someone else, you're saying? If that's true, then the Reaper does indeed start to sound like an organized group of vigilantes.
Perhaps this is what was on the passport document. That also makes it better than Dragon Ball Fighters, yep. Roll back netcode, yo. Permission for the applicant and one additional person to travel. Could that additional person have been... Clearly the assassin, who was meant to take Seishiro Jikoku's life. Gina, can you confirm that? Against the final entry, it listed Bruce and Seishiro Jikoku? Yeah, so he got promoted or demoted. I don't know. Being one of the hands seems a lot cushier than actually being one of the ones doing the physical murder. What name was written?
Oh, well, that's the one only entry that didn't have a name next to it, it appears. It happens.
What?
Just had a question mark or something there, I think.
In other words, Gregson himself didn't know the identity of the assassin in that case.
But Gregson was the one making the plans, was he not? No, I think it's the opposite, bro. I think he didn't know who the next Mark was, but he knew it was Jigoku doing it now.
Oh, how infuriating.
A nameless assassin.
Night-night, Abyss. You have a good one.
Hold it!
And you're saying the mark listed was Seishiro Jigoku?
That's what I said. Funny name if you ask me. And I thought your name was Aldoro.
So pleased to have lost my crown there. Mr. Jigoku is the presiding judge of Japan's Supreme Court of Judicature.
I remember the man. He came to our country as a visiting student 16 years ago.
Studying international law and diplomacy under your tutelage, Lord Strongheart.
That bearded young fellow was a very able man, I must say.
In what way? These two fucking? They're both fucking evil. I'll tell you that much. So Lord Strongheart was Judge Jigoku's mentor.
If I'm not mistaken, he returned to Japan 10 years ago now.
10 years ago, after that fateful case.
Precisely! In the aftermath of the Professor case, his reparation was organized immediately. Repetition. Same difference.
They were either fucking or plotting murder or both at the same time, exactly.
It's a mystery why such a man would be listed in the inspector's notebook.
I didn't think it was possible, but the mood in here is going even worse now. Maybe I'll just keep talking.
Hold it!
What do you mean a criminal? Judge Jigoku is no criminal. They lack critical information.
Well, don't ask me. I don't know nothing about it. Oh, do you remember what Father told us? That Judge Jigoku did disappear once in court here in Britain. Or did once appear in court here in Britain. It was related to the Professor case, I'm sure.
Yes, of course, you're right. Seishiro was trying to mitigate Genshin's guilt, so he took the stand to testify, but he got a little carried away and, actually managed to break the witness stand. He also said some contemptuous words about the British Empire, for which he was charged. I don't think that's enough to fucking make the Reaper's hit list. It was a pitiful situation. I'd forgotten all about it, but I prosecuted that trial too, as it happens. You did? We knew that! It was considered to be oh no, you mean his own trial later for, I don't know, I guess slander? Slander for the British court? I don't know. It was considered to be an adjunct to the Professor proceedings, you see. But he was acquitted after being told to make reparation for the damage caused to the stand. And there you have it. Have what? You killed him. You'll never, no matter how much money he paid you, you will never forgive him for destroying that furniture. Destroying furniture is the worst crime there is. That's why the ending of Gaim is so heartbreaking. So much destroyed furniture. Surely the accused hasn't forgotten his own rule. That there's no saving anyone who faces the Reaper in court. Guilty or innocent alike. He just turns to fucking Gina slowly. Barack just turns very slowly to look at fucking Gina right next to him. And then looks back at Kazuma and just fucking face bombs. Or bashes his head into the table. God. What? No! Are you suggesting the reason Judge Shigoku was targeted for assassination was because he broke a fucking table? He breaks it again with his leg out of sheer rage. The man was sent back to Japan immediately after the trial. The Reaper had no time to do his work. But then, 10 years later, the mark returns to Britain once more. Perhaps now you start to see just how vindictive the Reaper is. Kazuma, I really hope you're just playing along with Strongheart right now, because holy shit, bruh. For that fucking kind of misdemeanor bullshit. That's like, if, okay, the modern equivalent of what's happening right now, that's like saying if in one of the newer games, say the scenario was happening, that's like saying fucking Edgeworth or whatever tried a guy for running a traffic light or some shit. I don't think it even would need a prosecutor for a traffic trial, but whatever, pretend. That's the equivalent of someone getting off for a fucking minor traffic violation, and then years later accusing someone of murdering someone over it. Unless it somehow resulted in a death and it's a fucking revenge-driven relative. God. Breaking a Gojo standee. I would take good care of my Gojo standee. No harm would come to him. Come the fuck on! That's absurd! You take someone's life for that? Literally me. Ryunosuke, I love you. Never leave me. Isn't the whole premise of the Reaper absurd, killing those who have been found innocent? Clearly the rules by which the man operates are beyond a sane person's comprehension. I mean, I do feel like I'm taking crazy pills right now. But that's stupid! You're being stupid! Kazuma, your brain holes! They're leaking! Thank you! Alright, I've had just about enough of this. Do I not fucking exist? Dude, what, was I not in the first game? Have we all forgotten? It's a direct fucking sequel, or you're all that fucking stupid? Jesus fucking Christ! You're not paying attention to anything? Fucking anything going on right now? Maybe outside the fucking pole rice caps are melting. Maybe there's fucking bloody octopus attack, and y'all ain't fucking noticed shit, cause you ain't noticed fucking me! You daft fucking twits! I don't have to hear with you! Gina? All this fucking nonsense about the most planning to kill people. It's all clobbers. Oh yeah, that part too, I guess. Damn it. I was hoping she was going off because of that. They keep forgetting about her. They literally can't remember that she's one of the people they're talking about, and she's still here fine. Persona! I heard you like the Sholmes guy. Would you love me if I did more bullshit logic? No, that was actually one of the straws breaking our relationship, Kazuma. I'm not into it. It's not charming anymore. Come on, Odo. Yes. Why ain't you saying nothing? The Nia voice became the Gina voice? Well, because how often did I actually use the Nia voice? Like, Xenoblade 2 had mostly voice acting. Like, I did so many of the side quests and shit off screen or didn't bother voice acting them. Besides, like, the Blade quest. The Gina voice is more definitive. Why is she saying nothing? I guess she forgot she was there too. Never mind. Why does she have an objection or something? What? You've got to find a flaw. You do it usually. Someone's lying here, no question. You've got to work out who it is. Please, for the boss. I'm sorry, honey. That's not gonna happen.
That outburst was an insult to the court and to your own testimony. You fucking women with your emotions and shit. I might have known that a common pickpocket from the back slums couldn't make a detective.
It's okay, Gina. I'm gonna crucify him for you. You can help. That'll make you forget about Gregson.
When this trial is over, you will forfeit your warrant card, Miss Lestrade.
Fuck you!
Is that clear?
I've had it with a lot of you. It's all nice bleeding place you look at the world, Gina. When I've had enough. Fucking take my badge, you fucking fucker. Gina. So have I, after that little speech of Gina's. I've made up my mind. To do what, Mr. Naruhodo? There was one point of this cross-examination when something that was said just didn't sit right with me. One statement that seemed odd. Oh, do you mean... I'm not going to let Tina's plea for help fall on deaf ears. There was one where he had a weird reaction to it. Was it the very first one? Make a girl cry? That's not gonna fly!
Whoa!
Oh, do I have to press this last one too? Oh, okay.
Hold it!
I figured I was the first one. Okay, I figured maybe something new opened up there now, but I have to press this one too. Okay. I want to thank you, Gina. You helped me find my resolve. Eh? What do you mean? Amongst everything we've heard during this cross-examination, there's one thing that defies explanation. One inconsistency.
What? An inconsistency?
Really, Otto? I don't quite know what it means yet, but... yeah, there's one inconsistency in something that was said by... oh... I don't think the backlog can reach that far back. Shit. Yeah, there's no way. Oh my god, and I have to pick one. Motherfucker. I need help? I mean, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do other than be told the answer, because I can't check back that far. And I don't remember how what the conversation was before he pointed it out. There's literally nothing I can do. And chat don't know either. Some say Strongheart, some say... okay, more say Kazuma, so I guess Kazuma.
Take that!
He did say a lot of dumb shit. That makes sense. By you, Kazuma Asogi. Me?
Is this some attempt at filibustering, counsel? Prosecutor Asogi has given no testimony.
What are you suggesting I said was inconsistent? Everything I've said has made perfect sense. You let something slip that you probably shouldn't have. When I present the relevant piece of evidence, I imagine you'll realize what you've done.
Very well then, counsel. Go ahead. What evidence reveals this alleged inconsistency with something a prosecutor Asogi has said?
Oh god, damn it. Why doesn't it let me check back further? Oh, that's fucked up. Forces me off on this instead. The last thing I presented was the passport. Because that was to prove that he would have been there on the day in question. Yeah, I was gonna go back and press that first statement again for a hint to see what it was, to see what it had said.
I did not realize I figured by pressing that last one, something like, you know, mandatory stuff would happen, and that would just be the end of the cross-examination. I didn't realize I'd be led down this rabbit hole where I have to present stuff. That fucking sucks.
Take that!
This is a trunk that had belonged to Inspector Gregson.
A metal construction, is it? It's certainly very heavy. What's this? A blood stain, and a relatively fresh one, too.
What? You mean that ain't Grace from the boss's fish and chips? Gina, please. Fresh blood on the inspector's trunk. That suggests the victim was traveling with that luggage when he was killed.
That can't be. There was no mention of any trunk at Scotland Yard's report.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. Immediately after Inspector Gregson's body was discovered, one of the street peddlers made off with the trunk, hoping to sell it. Thanks, Beppo! But I found it, me with a nose for trouble.
Huh.
Which means nobody should have known anything about the trunk. Unless, of course, we're talking about someone who was present when the victim was killed. And yet, during the cross-examination of the witness just now, you said this, Kazuma. Because at the time he was making his way to the steamship docked on the northern coast of France, as shown by the passport found in the victim's metal trunk. So the question is, how did you know about the inspector's trunk? Would he actually have killed Gregson? Is he that up his own ass with the revenge thing that he would kill Gregson just for being one of the fucking arms? Because that would make you, another one by extension. Are you actually just fucking full Anakin? And Strongheart decided you can be the new assassin and told you to go after Gregson? There's no way. I refuse to believe he's that far gone, no. We all know the man went on a trip to France. Where else would he have put his passport?
Objection!
In his fucking coat pocket? You knew it was a metal trunk. Answer me honestly, Kazuma. On 31st October, where exactly were you? He was fucking missing that day too, wasn't he? I just remembered, he was fucking gone. We couldn't find him. He fucking disappeared after the, the other trial. And didn't show up until, like, right before this whole, right after Gregson got killed. Oh, please, 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 don't give me no Anakin bullshit. At the port of Dunkirk, on board the SS Cruise. Is that the answer you're looking for, Ryunosuke? Kazuma, what the fuck?! I hadn't considered the possibility before, but if Kazuma was there on the ship, then it can only have been for one purpose. Oh no, Mr. Naruhodo, surely you don't think... You mean the Chaos Emeralds? Come on, Ryunosuke, you know the rules. And so do I. I just wanna tell you what I'm feeling. You might be a murderer, and I'm gonna give you up, and I'm gonna let you down. Gonna dip a rock instead and hurt you. The only thing that really talks in the courtroom is hard evidence. As I understand it, Inspector Gregson always took that case with him when he traveled. So as it stands, you've proved nothing. Kazuma? Are you challenging me to prove it beyond all reasonable doubt? That you weren't there that day? Or that you were there that day, in the same place as the inspector? He was there with Gregson? There's a clue that you've overlooked. A secret that trunk can tell us. Can't be sure at this point. I need to verify it. I have a nasty feeling that I'm gonna be right.
The accusation being made is deeply disturbing. especially with shitty Rick Astley covers. But nevertheless, we must test it. The defense will identify for the court where the trunk this alleged clue is to be found. Where is the evidence that ties Prosecutor Rasoki to Inspector Gregson?
I'll cut him with the power of God and anime on my side.
Got it!
This is your proof? What do you say to that, Prosecutor Rasoki?
Personally, I think trying the defense counsel, Inspector's trunk, and tossing it into the sea would be more helpful.
What?
At least that way London's courtrooms will be safe from his destructive accusations.
I believe that was a rather long-winded way of telling you that you fucked up.
Really? Let us see if you sink or swim under the weight of this penalty, counsel.
Really? There was nothing else fucking on there. What? There's nothing else on there besides the blood stain. And that seems like a slight fucking leap in logic. What? Do I have to look at it first? I looked at it before. Open it. I didn't see anything else in there that was examinable for. If there's something in there and it's only just now examinable, I swear to God, I'm calling bullshit again. Because I looked in there before and literally nothing else could be looked at besides the passport. If there's conveniently something else in there now that I actually can look at, I swear to fucking God. No? There's literally nothing else in here that I can look at further besides the passport. The scratch inside the trunk? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my fucking God. That's so fucking pedantic. Jesus fucking Christ.
Got it!
Doesn't even actually update anything. It's all the same fucking thing. Good fucking God. It is a scratch that obviously had to have been made with something metal. Good fucking God. There's a small piece of metal lodged in the wall of the trunk here, like the tip of a blade.
A blade?
Cosima slung around your waist as ever today. Is the esteemed blade Karma? Of course it is. Won't you draw it here in this courtroom? For all to see. Exercise caution, my learned friend. That man is the son of London's most notorious killer.
Bailiff! Watch Prosecutor Rasogi like a hawk.
That won't be necessary. No, I'm still calling bullshit. It's all the same thing. Literally all the same goddamn thing. It is a large cup that obviously could have only been made with metal because it's a fucking metal case. That was bogus.
Oh no.
The tip is broken. It's okay, I hear it happens to a lot of guys. If the fragment of the metal trunk fits together with the end of the sword, the question of who was there with Inspector Gregson will be answered. Agreed, Kazuma Asogi? Why in godnames would you use the katana and not the fucking new sword? You stupid Goro sword. You silly nugget. Expertly done, Ryunosuke. You get a cookie.
Do you mean to tell the court, Prosecutor Rasoki?
Yes, on 31st October, I accompanied Inspector Gregson to the Dunkirk.
Hey, kid, wanna be an assassin?
Fucking finally!
Wait, what?
Why do you think I have a sword? I'm a lawyer. In order to carry out the mission, so the additional person authorized to travel was me.
And the mission was?
The assassination of the monk.
What?
You mean you're the killer whose name was omitted from this notebook? You were following the Reaper's orders to dispatch Judge Jikoku? Let me make one thing perfectly clear. I would have killed no one.
Explain.
I accepted the assassination mission, yes, and I accompanied Gregson to the Dunkirk. Exactly, Rick. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why not let me present the scratch, and then move on to say, oh, that doesn't prove anything on itself, and then go to the sword thing and the piece of metal stuck in it. Like, bruh. I never had any intention of carrying out the plan. Are you gonna? I was gonna, like, he's okay. He's being very straightforward about this, Cosmo. You realize now that you have to admit who actually ordered you to do this. Are you really going to try to say that Von Zeeks is the one who told you to do this? Bruh. You were never gonna do it?
We can believe it, Kazuma-sama, I'm sure. After all, Judge Jikoku arrived safely in London in the following day.
On the 31st, I boarded the train from London with Inspector Gregson. We travelled to Dover from where we crossed the Channel to Dunkirk. Then we boarded the SS Cruise and made for the cabin deck, as indicated in the plan.
You went to Judge Jikoku's cabin?
Exactly. He wasn't there, though. We decided to wait, But you'd already told us he had no intention of going through with it anyway. I didn't come to Great Britain to take anyone's life, so I left Gregson and disembarked the ship. I spent that night at the boarding house in town and returned to England the following morning. Then why were you swinging your sword around, bruh? Like, I believe you. Like, I don't want to believe you've gone full dark side. But it's a fact that you or someone else was swinging your sword around, and I doubt you would have left Karuma in particular leave your side. A boarding house in Dunkirk? My signature will be on the register book. It would be simple enough to verify.
Then what became of Jikoku?
Gregson was no assassin, so the mark was spared. I'm sure it's easy enough to imagine what happened after that. Gregson returned to England as well, having failed to complete the mission. He met with the Reaper in that room on Fresh Street to report the failure, causing the infuriated mastermind to pull the trigger. Bruh, you're glossing over a lot of details. Like, how did you get roped into this, sir? You're withholding critical information right now, my dude. And end his wretched agent's life. The real truth behind Inspector Gregson's murder.
Objection!
But if you did nothing as you claim, how did the tip of your fucking sword come to be lodged in Inspector Gregson's trunk?
Giggity. Giggity. That is all. I don't need to answer that. The victim was killed by a gunshot. A small fragment of a Japanese blade is irrelevant to the case. That could have been anybody's Japanese sword! There are a dime a dozen in 1800s Britain. And accordingly, I chose to exercise my right to silence on that matter.
Be that as it may, the court will sequester the sword as evidence.
As you wish, my lord.
Typically clowning is not in my duties, but I suppose I will make an exception just this once. As soon as he's on the screen again.
We must take immediate action now. To verify whether Seishiro Jikoku remains unharmed.
What? Remains unharmed? Just a little. Just a little. I agree, that should be our first priority. I am not a clown, I am the entire circus. recently come to my attention that he hasn't been seen since yesterday. How did you? When a foreign dignitary invited to Great Britain goes missing for 24 hours, it's only natural that the question of his safety should arise. You don't mean to say that you think Judge Jigoku may have been killed? The headband was stopping his brain holes from leaking out. No! Kazuma! The Reaper has more than one assassin at his disposal. I'm waiting. Here's the thing again. I don't know if this is better or worse. Lang voice, would that be? That would be overkill. That would absolutely. I was gonna say though. Either he's genuinely that stupid, in which case, or this is all according to Keikaku, and he's just pretending to be stupid, in which case, case closed. Will be slightly annoying. Either way. He has the power and influence to give orders from inside of a prison cell. Isn't that right, Lord Von Zeeks? If I were truly the Reaper, I'd be able to tell you. I did that directly into the mic. My apologies. I probably should not have done that.
Order in the court!
Again, I'm sorry. I need a new mic. Someday. Someday, when the fucking PC's done and gone.
We will take an emergency recess for 30 minutes.
Now?
Guests of the symposium have been told to maintain regular contact with the organizer's office. If the man can't be located within half an hour, we will have to assume the worst.
Oh no, not Judge Goku. No one would want to kill the harmless Japanese man who'd only just arrived in the country. Except, that is, for the Reaper wanting to finish off his mark that slipped through the net 10 years ago.
I would have to agree.
Of course you do. Oh my god, Summer V. What the fuck? He should be a lot paler than that.
Mr. Naruhodo, for the defense's sake.
Yes, my lord.
I sincerely hope we are successful. If we're unable to confirm Mr. Jigoku's healthy existence in the next 30 minutes, you will face grave difficulties.
Why me? That would point more towards Kazuma fucking killing him, bruh.
Court is adjourned for 30 minutes.
Bruh. Hey, bestie. Everyone has brain holes. Hey, Secret. Have fun with 3 houses. Kazuma-sama, the Reaper's assassin. I feel as though I'm in a nightmare. I can hardly believe it either. But on the other hand, Kazuma is in the habit of making up stories. I have such a terrible sense of foreboding. The new event comes out tomorrow. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it's technically the anniversary event. So surely that's enough rewards to make up for, you know, literally nothing else, right? Yeah, I don't know if there'll be any cutscenes or not. If there are, I'll have to figure out something. Maybe late night stream after we're done with the double group watch or whatever. If something awful's happened to Judge Goku, then I feel as though things will only spiral further and further out of control. I felt it from the moment I stepped into the courthouse this morning. That strange sensation that we were careering towards a foregone conclusion. Well, in the worst case, we might have only 30 minutes left. Unfortunately, though, I don't think there's anything we can do but wait now. We're out of options. Actually, there may be one last hand we can play. Or rather, one last year. Of course! It feels way too early for this, but okay. Little rabbit doll, little rabbit Mr. Schultz that Iris gave us. Check livestream chat, Momo body pillow. Oh no. Beautiful.
Gojo standee first. I got a list. Here's the order of the list that it's in. It goes Gojo standee, figures, and that's it.
For some reason, you completely run out of options in trial today, and just pull this little Hurley's ears as hard as you possibly can.
For Double, we only have 4 episodes left, 2 movies and 1 of Revice. How much is that? Is that all we have left? Double, really? Only 4 movies? Or that 4 episodes? That's not very long at all. If that is really all we have left, then God, tomorrow's gonna be a quick one. Perhaps now is the time. What should I do? Pull Hurley's ears or not? Hurley, not Hurley. Here goes then. I'm gonna do it. Good luck, Mr. Naruhodo. No looking back. Heave! Ow! That scream sounded like Mr. Sholmes. Oh. Ow! Is there another Deno thing? Maybe. Yeah, actually, we could watch episode Red and Yellow. Or Blue. I forget which one's which. The 2 we didn't already watch. Mr. Sholmes, where are you? Here, my dear fellow, here! The doll is talking to me! Pull these again, Mr. Naruhodo, as hard as you can. All right, then. I'll put all my strength into it. Heave! Ow! Please, my dear fellows, no need to pull my ear off. Mr. Sholmes, what the fuck? Did the small child just invent fucking telephones? Or walkie-talkies? In the 1800s? Okay. Myself and my trusty partner. I get it. Stop bragging about your new relationship. Fuck you. Are presently in the first-class cabin of the SS Groose. The SS Groose? She left over last night after the final pieces of cargo were loaded. We are currently docked at Dunkirk. The passed unarmed, but due to be underway again in half an hour. Your new old relationship, whatever. I'm still mad. You've taken a ship to France? Please, even with my athletic prowess, I would struggle to jump the streets of Dover. Edison has nothing on Iris, fucking clearly. Fucking revisionist history. I see it, Godzilla. You're going full ham in the live stream chat. I appreciate it. I can't afford any of it. I can't afford any of it. It just makes me sad. Please, even with my athletic prowess, I would struggle to jump the streets of Dover. After we left Baker Street last night, we hurried by cab to the station by train to the port. In order to board this vessel in time. So, you mean you'd already worked it out? The times that this was the steamship where everything really took place? Mr. Naruhodo, pray, what is my name? Herlock Sholmes, world-famous great detective? Recited to perfection, well done! You're a genius, Mr. Sholmes, that's the only word for it. Ow, 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 ow. Mr. Salto, gently with the geniuses here, please. Oh my, I'm so sorry. If I may, Sholmes. Ah, there you are, Mikotoba. You may remember that it was in fact I who made the connection to the SS Groose. At Scotland Yard yesterday, when we examined that notebook, I recalled my steamship. Of course it was, my dear fellow. And not once did I controvert that fact. I merely had our court-bound companions under my name. Yes, you did, didn't you? We've just entered a recess. The trial resumes in 30 minutes. If we're unable to present any new leads, then I'm afraid to say. Do not fret, please. It's precisely for that purpose that my partner and I have made this journey. I have no doubt we shall be able to we shall have welcome news for you within the half hour. Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. That would be wonderful. Until later, then. Yes, you'll be hearing from us if you're not in touch first. If you're not in touch first. Ow! 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 Ow!
you keep tugging my ear from this mindless fashion? Why is it programmed to do that?
Whatever was the idea behind making a receiver that operated that way in the first place, Sholmes? Why the deuce would I know? It was Iris's invention, not mine.
Good fucking god. Because he had it coming, is the correct answer.
Well, I know how much you enjoy being the hero of the hour, Sholmes. We have but half that now before the cruise puts to sea again. If we don't conclude our investigations rapidly, we shall find ourselves in Naples before long. There are times, Mikatoba, when you make a surprising amount of sense. So let us begin. First class cabin number 2. Yes, this is the one.
Oh my god, are we actually playing as these guys? Jesus Christ, how long is this segment? This is weird.
But I don't believe an investigation of the cabin is going to be plain sailing.
Hello, obvious recycled model.
That crewman standing in front of the door is an angry-looking fellow.
Pretty short, okay.
Why are you loitering here? Who are you? My dear fellow, do you not recognize a world-famous great detective when you see one? That question really ought to be, who are you?
Do you not recognize world-traveling great sailor Sukin Stroganoff when you see one? Great detective, huh? I don't think so.
Do you see anything suspicious, kids? Do you see Blue's Clues? Where is it? I don't see it! Do you see that, Nikotova? It would appear that this man is a devoted follower of mine.
He's cheating on us again! He cheats with his old boyfriend after he comes back in town. He cheats on us with random sailors. He's a fucking whore.
Goodness me, is that a tattoo? It says Sholmes. I must say, while such adoration is flattering, naturally that does leave me a little cold.
What are you talking about? Leave now!
How distressing. My lord's devotee knows me only by name and not by appearance. And yet I already know a great deal about you, sir. You have a brother, I believe. Like yourself, he's a shipman. Currently traveling the world aboard a Russian steamship, in fact.
Oh, how could you know this?
Elementary, my dear Mikatoba. I'm sure it was. I didn't say anything. 3 days ago, I was bound for London aboard the ship, you see. We're looking for one of my fellow passengers, a man by the name of Jikoku.
There is no one with his name on board.
But we know that he purchased a ticket for passage.
Ah, you mean Easterman. He left ship 2 hours ago. Here at Dunkirk, he said something about the emergency, I think.
What? Are you sure? So Sergio has realized we're after him, has he? His cabin is the one behind you. Would you like to investigate, please?
No! I have orders to not even let mouse inside.
What if I gave you 1 cookie? Mikatoba, be a good man and draw the sailor's attention away, would you? Look at the pretty bunny! Look at the pretty bunny! Make up some excuse when he leaves the area.
I can hear you! Doesn't great detective see? That even sailors have ears, both left and right.
Curses! Foiled again! The plan is ruined! You have only yourself to blame, I'm afraid, Sholmes.
Forget it, cabin door is locked. Even if I am not here, you cannot go inside.
Mikatoba? I'm sure you haven't forgot my special talent, have you?
I was gonna say that thing you do with your mouth, but
opening any lock! Within a mere 5 seconds. So if you'd be so kind as to afford me the requisite time, old friend, in your typically accommodating manner. How can I refuse such a typically unappealing request, old friend? So I need to distract that burly sailor for 5 seconds, do I? Good man, so the game is afoot. Nice mousetrap. Perhaps I can distract the crewman's attention with this somehow. Choo choo! Choo choo!
That sounds like big mousing trap.
Choo choo!
I bring bucket of water later and put it out of misery. It's right in front of you.
I don't like the sound of that. In any case, my dear fellow, that was quite unconvincing. Only Japanese mice make a choo sound. Oh, really, Shops, and pray, what do Russian mice make? Pee-pee, naturally. Pee-pee. They were also quite unconvincing, I will admit. Go ahead, Mikito, but do pee-pee this time.
I don't want to know what fucked up shit y'all get into. You abandoned me for this relationship, that's fine, but Jesus fucking Christ, I do not need to know the explicit details.
No, thank you. I came up with an alternative solution. I'll switch for the electrical lights. Perhaps if I were to turn these off.
Ah, what is happening? Where is light?
Now, Sholmes, now!
I was gonna say, he's not gonna be able to do shit either. Nobody there.
It was a close shave. Quite an act you have, stumbling so violently in an apparently empty corridor. Do be quiet, Sholmes. I have to think of another approach.
Ring the alarm.
Would appear to be an alarm bell. All hell would break loose if that thing were to go ring. The whole crew would know about it. Here goes, then. Pardon me in advance.
Yo, what are you doing? If we are at sea, this would be very bad problem.
What's going on down there? Seaman Stroganoff, report at once.
Sorry, sir, nothing to report. Was stupid trick. No, not by me, by world famous... No, as I told you. It was moose and squirrel.
Now, Sholmes, now. Done. Not even 5 seconds, eh? We'll just send a copy of my brilliant Mikito, but in we go. Oh, yes, of course.
Let's try and contact Sholmes again.
Go on, give me pee-pee. I'm not doing that.
Never mind.
Good gracious, he's a fucking slob. It would appear the occupant of this cabin did indeed disembark rather hurriedly. There's clothes on the floor there. They're Seishiro's, without question.
How do you know? Are you also a cheater? Good fucking god. Everyone in this goddamn game is a whore!
Well, it seems we're just a little too late. Yes, by about 2 hours. Still, as for here, we should investigate thoroughly. There may well be 2 hours worth of clues to find in here. But that burly crewman may return at any moment, Sholmes. Indeed he may. Which makes this all the more thrilling!
It's obviously an anime understanding. That's even worse!
That's a very sizable trunk indeed. What you gonna do with all that junk? All that junk inside your trunk? I'm gonna get you drunk, get you robbed, dunk off my humps.
No, we're not going there.
Seishiro is partial to all things large.
I'm screen capping that one.
And a rather clumsy fellow if he fails to notice he left all that behind. Perhaps he left it on purpose. It's lighter than you might think, but I still think a hindrance to a speedy escape. Pity, it's locked. So we
can't look inside. Surely 5 seconds from now the situation will become quite different, though. I was gonna say, why can't we do it again? Sadly not. It has a 7-digit combination lock. And I'm not in a morose enough mood to work out through the combinations at present. Shit. Is he hiding in the closet? Are we gonna bring things full circle? According to the report I was given, Naruhodo was concealing himself inside Asoki's wardrobe. Indeed he was. It was a similar size to this one. Ah, you must climb inside yourself, my dear friend. What? Whatever for? It was the night of my first fatal meeting with Mr. Naruhodo. You can experience that moment for yourself now, complete with my dramatic rhetoric. Come along now, in you go. It will only take a moment. Really, surely you could just tell me what you said. I said you're under arrest. It was very romantic. After some brilliant remark and opened the wardrobe to reveal the stowaway murderer. I think I'll just read about it in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. This is the wastepaper basket. Look, there's still rubbish inside. Indeed, then let us pry. I've discovered recently I have a penchant for exploring the contents of others' wastepaper baskets. I sincerely hope only for your work. Please. I go through everyone's trash. Here we have a notice issued to passengers from 3 days ago. 3 days ago, the night before we arrived in London, then. When I was still aboard myself.
All crew members that take fire to a sound.
What? I was reading that!
I was reading that.
Yes, there was an evacuation drill, I remember now. For our safety and security, all first-class passengers were constantly under the watchful eye of the crew. So it was a welcome relief to have some privacy for once.
Oh, I can't even look at evidence right now. Alright. Does he have a combination in one of his coat pockets or something?
Substantial heap of clothes on the floor. An overcoat, shirts, a dressing gown. Momahiki, work trousers, a Teizen robe, a Haramaki waistband, clearly the clothing of a Japanese man. And clearly Japanese men are unaccustomed to the culture of the wardrobe. Looks to me as if they've been thrown in a heap like that in something of a hurry. Indeed, you could help yourself to a Japanese man's shirt, perhaps. I'm sure you made mention of packing too few. I'd very likely drown one of Seishiro's shirts. He's built like a truck. I'll just need to buy extras, I think. Plenty of reading material to keep passengers occupied on long sea voyages. I find a mixture of both classic literature and easy reading to be most satisfactory, I must say. Whoever stuck this bookcase was a hopeless heretic. There's no copy of the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, my dear fellows. I'm afraid it's just me, but no, you're quite right. More blasphemous than overlooking the Bible, I'm sure. I shall leave a copy behind. I just happen to have one with me. A true missionary of the great Church of Great Detectives, aren't you?
Why is this clogged up?
There's a speaking tube here. Look, though it's been stopped with some cloth. So the voices of the crewmen on the bridge aren't an annoyance, I suppose. Or indeed, so that the voices in this cabin aren't heard elsewhere. Could something have happened in here that was for no one else's ears, you think? Either that, or it could be able to prevent snakes from entering. That's really become a favorite case of yours, hasn't it?
Okay, yeah, he's beyond saving. The brain, that's his favorite case, yeah. I don't want him anymore. I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad that the relationship is in shambles now. I don't want him anymore. He's broken. Beyond repair.
Quite the exquisite glass, I must say. See here, Howard. Is something wrong, Shubs? You suddenly trailed off.
The fact that it's ice, that it's not just water.
I speak to her about ice. With what opulence the first-class passengers enjoy. Chilled drinks.
Pardon? Plethora. Thank you for the follow. Assuming you are not a bot. Could it be this steamship is equipped with an electric heat and refrigerated cold? Do you think? Oh! 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 Me, Gungaga. Oh! Well, it is a luxury liner after all. They probably have an enormous refrigerator for storing all sorts of things, and a lavish produce as well as ice. On a journey from Japan, we enjoyed culinary delights from all over the world. Suddenly, Mikatoba, the sight of you is making my mouth water.
Me? Gungaga.
He's so shameless. I know I said I wasn't even mad anymore if he thinks case 2 of the first game is the best case. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. You broke my heart, Jones. You broke my heart. I haven't taken all of the flavor of the food I ate, you know. Absolutely disgusting. The walls are slightly different color here, do you see? Indeed, what you have observed arises to what a frame has been that's been hanging from some time is removed. Perhaps your friend is an art thief. Now there's a bold deduction worth a great detective, I'm sure. He may very well be the elusive thief who has been plaguing France's galleries as of late. I think perhaps we should focus our attention elsewhere, Schultz. Don't you? Outline on the wall. I feel as though I might have spotted something of a similar shape and size elsewhere. Okay. Oh, wait, no, wait. Nah. I need to look at that other poster now. We weren't even in a relationship in the first place, my dear fellow. As it turns out, you are one of my so-called simps. You're still here? Abel Seaman Stroganoff. Seaman Stroganoff. A delicious dish, I'm sure. Hello again! I was making anything think you'd never materialize. You waiting for me? Of course, I was expecting you to bust in with a hearty Russian profanities far sooner. I was in trouble with Captain because of trick you playing. Poor innocent chicken. It's all your fault. Ship is leaving port soon. Get off, now. Of course, we shall disembark presently, my dear fellow, but first, there is something that must be done. What are you talking about? Why, naturally. The debunking of your deceit and the bearing of the truth. Gokoi! I'm afraid I see through your lies. For one thing, Mr. Jigoku has not yet left this vessel at all. Ah! And for another, my dear Seaman Stroganoff. Please stop making me say that. Please stop making me say that term. I know I kept calling him Seaman before, but saying Seaman Stroganoff over and over again sounds especially bad. You know exactly where the man is, even as we speak, don't you? Oh, how can you? Good gracious, Shots, you mean you've worked it all out? All of it? It's really been too long, hasn't it, old friend? 10 years, no less. So, would you care to join me for a dance of my I'm never gonna dance again.
These guilty feet have got no rhythm.
Nothing would please me more.
No! This is debauchery. This is not Kino.
Walt easy. We have but minutes until the vessel puts to sea. No games now. Time is of the essence. Mr. Stroganoff, allow me to remind you of your earlier claim. You told us that Jigoku left the ship some 2 hours ago.
Duh! That is what I said.
Sadly, that was a rather clumsy lie. You see, there is something in this room that quite clearly contradicts it.
What?
Ah, yes, of course. I see you've noted it to me, Katoba, then please do take the lead.
He never let us lead.
What in this cabin shows the possibility. Let's see just what 3 years have done to your observation skills, then, Katoba. It's been 10 years since we last did this, Sholmes. Not 3. Why, of course it has! Quite. All the clues are here in this cabin for your eyes to see. But as I always say, you must not merely look, but observe. Observe, and the answers become clear. So, impress me. I think I can manage that.
Take that!
Perhaps you should have cleared away that glass. How curious that the ice that shouldn't have been melted despite it being abandoned 2 hours ago.
Nah!
It would appear that the man was in here in this very cabin until moments before our arrival.
If he's hiding under the bed, I swear to God.
With this well-chilled glass in hand. Get your mind off the refreshments, Jones. One might even conclude that somebody informed him of our boarding. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Stroganoff? But why would Seishiro run from us? Before we consider that question, allow me to confirm one small matter. Would I be correct to say that these first-class cabins on the SS Bruce are the same ones in which you and Mr. Jigoku were accommodated on your voyage from Japan? That's right. They are. I was in the cabin next door, and Seishiro was, yes. 55 days in this cabin during our very voyage. As I suspected, for you see, there are traces of this in this cabin of a dark secret that Mr. Jigoku had to hide. What traces?
I know nothing of these.
This is news to you, isn't it, Mr. Stroganoff? Sholmes, what exactly are you getting at? As I said, there are traces in this cabin of some nefarious activity. Something that appears out of place, which I'm quite sure won't have escaped your notice. Something out of place here? That's the key to the speak. That's the key to the speak. It reminds me of the dark dread that took place in here, being masked by something quite incongruous. I must say I didn't foresee ever doing this dance introduction with you again, Mikotoba. No, quite, but life is full of unexpected twists and turns, as we all know. Now, let's see if I can uncover the truth here. Yes, you have the floor, my dear fellow.
Okay, I was thinking, especially with him standing on it now. That's extra stuff. I was thinking maybe there was some blood on the floor, but I can't actually even examine those, so I'm just gonna assume the fact that this is moved. Maybe blood splatter on the wall instead.
Take that!
We never had a chance. He lets him lead in the dance? Man can tap dance? He doesn't just have to wait for Holmes to do it on his own and then correct him? His fucking ADHD bullshit? He just gets to do everything. We were literally always silver medal. I feel like a fucking idiot. Barack, you're all I have left. We're marrying, yeah, it's fine. We're marrying Von Zies instead. It's fine.
It's the rules of passage in this frame here. They're obviously out of place. The way they're hanging crooked on the wall, as if they were put here in a hurry. Yes, I'm sure you've already concluded.
That frame was originally over here. The shape and size are a perfect match. Best match! You are right. When did frame move? Hardly the most observative crewman, are you, Mr. Stroganoff? That's right, I was pretending to be stupid the entire time! You ate a bar of soap. The entire time! I'm taking Iris in the divorce. I don't care what you say. I would think your captain is quite justified in having his reservations about your reliability. Oh dear, that really seems such a nerve. So, Mikitoma, why don't you lift that frame off the wall? Blood. Hope this is not Gregson's blood. Oh, okay. Just as bad. That looks like a bullet hole. Watto has been shooting walls. I see. Projectile has been removed. Clearly, the careful occupant of this room has already disposed of it. Now then, Mr. Strogan. Ah! I have the distinct impression you are attempting to shield said occupant. You are hiding him in your manly bosom. I don't know what you are talking about. Why should I try to protect the Eastern stranger? Ah, so we're talking about the same man, I see. Good. Ah! I'm sure we can get to the bottom of this in no time. Aren't you? Because there's some very noteworthy evidence that explains the reason why you're lying for the man. Yes, you've been told to keep this pretense, as clearly as shown by... Really don't know how to approach this one, Sholmes. My dear Mikitoma, simply keep first principles in mind. Study your subject from every angle, and I'm quite sure you'll see it. In fact, I put a wager on it. So I'm to glare at the fellow from all sides? Well, I can certainly do that. I'm used to eyeing up the men.
Take that!
It's almost too obvious for words. Quite the universal language of the world. Money, my dear fellow, money! Enough to get at least one 5-star character in Genshin. I wager that Eastern fellow in question is Seishiro Jikoku, yes? Ah! So I presume you realize what that means. There are clear signs that a crime has been committed in this cabin. And the way you're going, sir, you'll find yourself accused of being an accomplice. But... I believe you know, Mr. Stroganoff. You know where Mr. Jikoku is hiding at this precise moment in time. As always, Mikitoma, in matters of deduction, the furtive glance is your unfaltering ally. Yes, I figure out there's something there, Sholmes. We should have found the chink in this burly fellow's armor. We need only follow the man's gaze to know where our prey is hiding. The slightest flicker of the pupils, a minutely delayed blink. Nothing escapes my attention, even that which is barely perceptible. You can hardly call this barely perceptible, Sholmes. The man's turned his entire head. Not exactly what you describe as furtive glance, is it? It's almost too obvious. We should let your tappy toes aside, my dear fellow. Give a little tappy. Taparoo.
Take that!
You turned immediately to this large trunk, didn't you? No! The truth is, Seishiro Jikoku was unable to escape from the ship in time. And is at this very moment doing his best to stifle his breath inside this trunk. If he still has a breath to take, I fear he may be running dangerously low on air. I imagine he didn't count on us making a nuisance of ourselves for quite so long. I think it would be in everyone's best interest for us to open the trunk as quickly as possible. But how can we? Are you forgetting about the combination lock? We don't know the 7-digit code. The combination lock can't be opened from the outside of the trunk. Therefore, there must have been an arrangement for somebody to open it after our departure. Of course! Are we about to have a 11037 moment? Wait a fucking second. In short, before Jikoku hid himself inside that trunk, he must have told somebody the 7-digit number from the lock. As I'm sure you can confirm, Mr. Stroganoff. Oh my fucking god, I want to fucking stab myself in the face. Leon! I know nothing about combination cold. Jesus fucking Christ. That's so bad. Jesus fucking Christ. How did this work in the Japanese version? Because his name's shorter. Oh my fucking god. It was six. I was gonna say, actually, I wanted to get a closer look at the trunk. I was curious if you could actually tell if it was, if the actual, amount of numbers was one less. Don't move a muscle, my good seaman! Nah! Now, Mikitomo, would you do the honors and open the trunk? How on earth do you expect me to... It's a 7-digit number. Remember, quickly now, we have little time. Oh, what? Oh, come on! Really? Oh my fucking god, really? Did it give me a chance to actually write it down? Okay, 1 second, I can figure it out. I think. God damn it, no, because it was really sloppy. Motherfucker! Review scene, let's look at it. Press L. Okay, alright, thank God. Alright, Jesus Christ. Alright. 5, 6, 3? Yeah. 1, 0, 4, 5. Okay. He writes his 5s the dumb way, by the way. Or, 4s. He writes his 4 so that you have to have 2 strokes. You write your 4s the other way. It's only 1 pen stroke. Oh, there's no 6. Wait a minute. What the hell is that second one supposed to be, then? Uh-oh. It's a loopy 2? Oh my god, dude! You gotta work on this. Bruh. You draw your 4s the dumb way? That's supposed to be a 2? Jesus Christ, buddy. Get good. Pashalk! Thank you for the follow. Assuming you are not a bot. I never know anymore. Probably a bot. 2 in rapid succession? Probably a bot. I'll wait to be corrected on that if I'm wrong. 2 the dumb way? It's not even the dumb way, it's just very, very sloppy.
Take that!
You got hit with 6 in a row earlier today? Oof. That did it, it's open! Yeah, thank you for that. I never would have. I thought for sure it was a 6. Buddy, come on. You just had to keep meddling, didn't you? You gosh darn meddling kids! Well, Eugene, you found me now. You're the new hide-and-seek champion. Sebastian wore better. Oh, I miss Bassy. He's very flexible. I was really hoping beyond doubt not to find you in there, you know. But you're not entirely unsurprised, I take it. No, quite. I just wish it were some other way. Well, are you ever going to introduce me? Oh, yeah, I noticed those buttons last time we met him in the hotel goggle. Yeah, it is a neat touch. It's unfortunate this man's probably fucking evil. Your reputation precedes you, Mr. Sholmes. I've read many stories of your exploits. Excuse my manners, Sholmes. This is Mr. Jigoku, my old friend and traveling companion. The devil is in the details, Mikitomo. I believe you meant to say your old friend and traveling companion. Whatever. I have Barack. Who made the cowardly decision to flee the country without a word to anyone and when things turned sour? I see my reputation precedes me as well. What an honor. What is this MLP? Oh, the new CG one? It looks awful. I'm sorry, I hate the way that new one looks. Ivy apparently said the movie was pretty good, but like, good God, I cannot stand the way the CG looks. It's fucking gross. Well, say sure, are you going to explain all of this or not?
You know it all by now, I imagine. What you didn't know, of course, is that 3 days ago, on the night before arrival in Britain, an attempt was made on my life here in this very ship.
By the Reaper of the Bailey, yes, I've since heard. Because you were once prosecuted by the Reaper, weren't you? 10 years ago now, mind you.
And I had no idea at the time what a dangerous individual he was. Anyway, when we arrived in London to find out the symposium was postponed until goodness knows when, it became all too apparent to me that I might be very well be targeted again.
So you decided to flee to the capital without saying a word to me about it?
I'm afraid so, yes. Of course I realize now. But I really ought to have confided in you.
I don't believe you. Why don't I believe you? It's somewhat surprising, I must say.
What is?
Well, first-class cabins aboard luxury steamships are in very short supply. It's more than a little hard to believe that this one just happened to be available.
So says the protagonist of some colorful short stories. Well, I don't care for your opinion. The cabin did just what happened to be available. So I purchased a ticket, and here I am.
I've just seen for myself the obvious remnants of that incident in this cabin. So you'd already purchased your return ticket before you even docked in Dover, had you? To prevent anyone else from taking this cabin and seeing the evidence, is that it?
Usually, I have nothing to say to you. They're after me, Krabby Patty formula.
Well, in a mere 5 minutes, the ship will set off as its onward voyage and not make port again until Italy. I'm afraid we must insist you disembark with us at once.
You have no jurisdiction over my movements. I'm afraid I can't do that, Dave.
We have this, Seishiro. Take it.
What is it?
It's a subpoena from the Old Bailey. You're a man of the law. You know what the ramifications of ignoring a document like this from the British courts would be.
You came prepared then, Yushin.
Come on, let's go. One moment. What is it, Jones? Inside Mr. Jigoku's trunk, I found this rather fascinating trinket. What is that, Seishiro?
I can't help you, I'm afraid. Some small component from something. But what, I have no idea.
By the look on his face, I think he genuinely doesn't know. Well, let us pocket as a small souvenir of our brief sojourn in France. Well, young Naruhodo, I think we've done as much as we can, I'm afraid. The rest will be on the shoulders of you and your assistant. Did you forget that the assistant is your daughter? Oh, okay, whatever. He's in the honeymoon phase. He forgot he has a daughter. That was my thought, is that it looked like a component to a watch. I can't look at anything right now. I'm curious if if something fell off of Gregson's. Maybe? No. Because it's the other part, the bottom part that it winds. Alright, is this considered an unofficial break point? And if so, how much is left until the next one? Because I know this is gonna be a while. Like, regardless of everything. And after the last case fucking just transitioned me into a different chapter without any halfway point through the investigation. There's gonna be oh, okay, all right. There's gonna be a proper to be continued soon. Okay, sounds good. Kazuma Hisogi. I know you and I know you wouldn't lie, but still, there's no doubt that you're holding something back. You know more than you're saying. Yeah, I was thinking either a piece from the watch or something that was on Strongheart, but again, he's just the head of this. I doubt he's stupid enough to actually do this hands-on. Granted, I thought the same thing about fucking McGilda in the first game, and McGilda turned out to actually be the one who killed that guy.
During the past 30 minutes while this court was adjourned, all possible efforts were expended. But sadly, Mr. Jigoku's whereabouts could not be ascertained.
We must accept the unfortunate conclusion that the Reaper has already done the deed. And we just conveniently couldn't find his body either anywhere, bruh? Come on. There's no sense in wasting any more of the court's time. The prosecution calls for an immediate vote.
Objection!
Calm your tits, Kazuma. The trial cannot end now. You're a Japanese man, Ryunosuke. You should know when to lay down your sword. Hello, Pot. My name is Kettle. You're black. And you should know to never presume when the fucking battle is won. The court has already been presented with all the evidence and heard all relevant testimony. And there can only be one conclusion. The accused is not guilty. Yeah, I don't know what, I still would love to, in terms of unanswered questions that could have been elaborated on, maybe if this had been a full trilogy, fucking, why exactly that situation escalated so much that McGilda felt the need to take it upon himself to kill the guy right then and there? I would love to know how the fuck that conversation actually went, because Jesus Christ. Poor guy absolutely did not have that coming. Like, what the fuck did he say to trigger him that hard? All relevant testimony? Far from it. There's still a crucial witness, from whom the court has yet to hear a single word of testimony.
In that case, call your witness to the stand at once, counsel.
Yes, my lord. Tomorrow, if possible. The witness is already on his way and is scheduled to arrive tomorrow. Who on earth is this crucial witness? Seishiro Jigoku. The very man allegedly murdered by the Reaper. Judge Jigoku? You found him? Why didn't you mention that sooner? He's gonna... That horn's gonna break. You're gonna have a breakdown. That horn's gonna break off your staff, and it's gonna be really funny.
But the investigations of every policing resource in the capital suggest Jigoku is already dead. How in the name of God did you find the man?
By being the hide-and-seek champion. He was located in France during the recess at Port of Dunkirk. Thanks to one of Mr. Herlock Sholmes' famous deductions.
Herlock Sholmes.
Inspector Gregson almost certainly met with Mr. Jigoku on the night of his death. But along with Prosecutor Hisogi, Gregson was on a mission to assassinate the man. Which means that Seishiro Jigoku is the sole witness who can clarify exactly what happened aboard the SS Grus on 31st October.
Well, it would appear that it's too soon to move to adjudication at this point.
The prosecution concurs. The court must hear Mr. Jigoku's testimony. No judgment should be passed until all testimony has been considered. Fan speculation is that the old man was going to send the second disc to the police unless McGilda agreed to stop contacting his son. Yeah. I could believe that. Yeah, because that's the only thing that really makes sense. Like, I know McGilda definitely had a short temper when he needed to, but, like, to risk doing it in that kind of situation where he was the only guy in the cabin, like, that was dumb. So, yeah, after that, I assume the man threatened that he'd go straight to the police otherwise. And he just took it upon himself. God, that whole thing sucked. I feel so bad for that guy.
In that case, I hereby call the end of today's proceedings. Court will reconvene at the same hour tomorrow. No objections from either side.
No, my lord. No objections, my lord. Yeah, we live to fight another day by the skin of our teeth. Strongheart's actually allowing this. I mean, he knows if he objects too much, he's gonna be too suspicious too fast. The fact is, right now, Kazuma is, to a degree, playing ball with us and humoring a lot of our suggestions. So if he disagrees with both of us, then that starts to look that might be a bit much even for him to try to fucking spin doctor his way around. Live to fight another day by the skin of our teeth. Yeah, the fact that Edgar went back to his dad for the first time in forever and actually kind of bonded with him and was pissed that his dad died that way. It was, God. End of the first game was real good. Do 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 do. Alright. So where are we at? We're back to investigating, apparently. That's kind of fucking weird. Yeah. Like, what else is there to look at, really? I guess more stuff that could end up tying into the Baskerville shit, but... Good night each time, that's what I'm thinking, unfortunately. I hate to stop now, because it feels like we just pinched an elephant. Like, we had, what, 2 cross-examinations? Like, we got nothing done. Not really. We learned some things, but... don't know what any of it means. But... thank you, Janene. Ugh. You know, like, I'm conflicted because I fucking want to know more. Like, I want to try and piece more of it together because I still feel stupid, and it is also very early. But that's just because I actually pretty much started on time. The bot was offering viewers. I don't got the money to pay the bots to give me more viewers. Also, Twitch will know. Yeah, I just don't know. We've got so much to still fucking do. There is a bit more, at least an hour before the trial starts again. Do we think that's worth doing tonight? Do you think I can actually an hour? Compensating for my bullshit? Because I'd be okay with that. Any demos I want to try? No. Y'all know, you know my thoughts on them. Either I decide to play something or I don't. Very rarely is a demo gonna change my mind. 2 hours? Might be pushing it a little bit. I hate these games. I don't, but I hate how difficult they are to kind of work around. Day 1 for the investigation. Do you get this? Oh yeah, no. Oh, I have no doubts we could still get it done by next week either way. I'm just thinking, and also I feel bad about ending so early. Because I don't particularly have anything else I feel like doing. I can't go back to No More Heroes yet. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I will on Tuesday, but I don't think I can do it today. I don't have it in me. Ugh. Yeah, I guess I might as well just play it safe. Can we shit talk build some more? Just keep streaming for an hour and shit talk build more. Nah, I'm good. Fuck Build. I don't want to keep pushing this narrative. Stop. Some people like Build. I don't want to alienate people. I don't mean to keep bitching about it so much. It's just kept coming up. Video, I do sound a little worn down, to be honest. I'm tired. I fully admit that I'm tired. So I guess I'll just take the sign and peace out early tonight. I might take a little bit of a break. Call it a night then? Yeah, I guess so. DMC 2? Oh, I completely forgot about it. I wanted to try and do that for September, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna have time now, because September's fucking almost over. So I don't know. I do still like the idea of doing a DMC 2 death stream. It just might not be soon. Unless we somehow finish up No More Heroes in like 2 more streams this week. Or wait, even then I'm not sure if that's gonna work. I don't know. DMC 2 soon-ish. It just depends. Ugh. Alright. Yeah. This week is gonna kill me. I wanna know. I wanna know what the fuck is happening. I wanna connect the dots. Saving No More Heroes for Extra Life in November? Aww! Oh, that's an awesome idea. Oh, best of luck when the time comes for that. That's rad, dude. DMC 2 instead of No More Heroes 3. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna finish it. I need to finish that game before my birthday, remember. I want to play through Final Fantasy X for my birthday. Like, actually start it again and actually finish it all the way through as a proper playthrough this time. That's my favorite game. That's my birthday gift to myself. And then Yakuza. More Yakuza at some point has to happen too. I got stuff in mind. We'll be fine. I'm gonna miss these games, but it's fine. We got at least one more week. Alright. Extra Life is a charity where people raise money for, I forget the specific hospital. But yeah, they raise money for charity by playing Vidya. It's the kind of thing I would love to do Ivy wanted to do it one year. I would love to do that at some point, if I'm ever financially stable. I feel bad, but, like, the fact is, until I'm actually financially stable, and at a point where I can, we'll have the ability to pay my own rent or whatever. Not rent, I don't pay rent, but you know what I mean. I need to worry about myself first and foremost. I'll worry about the orphans and the sick people later. Ugh. I'm selfish like that, I guess. SMT and God, I have so many things I still gotta play through. Good God. Alright. I'm getting overwhelmed. So yeah, I'm gonna go rest. Alright. Thank you all for coming out. Special thanks to I Need Professional Help and all of the Go-Kart and Above patrons. If you want to help support me having way too many fucking games to play, check out the links in the description. I'm gonna go eat some ice cream to get over Sholmes being a man whore. Love you guys. Nighty night.